Hello. Good evening. So nice of you all to be here. What am I walking into? I leave for a few seconds and I come back to like this massive level 5 hype train. Y'all are out of your damn minds. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Oh, they just keep doing the alerts keep coming up and god damn. I can't even. Whew, alright, well, thank you for immediately throwing me off my composure before we even begin. And I mean that sincerely. I think this game does better when I'm deeply emotional and ready to cry. So, thank you. Much appreciated, my friends. All of your subs are, well, you're feeding me, so thank you for that. Very, very sweet of you. Okay, well, I feel like I had a whole thing I wanted to say, but then that happened, so all thrown off. But okay, so welcome everyone to the first episode of our new series, Estate: The Troublemakers of Mire End. My captions aren't on. Whoops. I always forget something. Okay, anyway. Welcome to the first episode of Estate: Troublemakers of Mire End. This, as you may know, if you're familiar with the channel, this began as a one-shot. And, jeez, I think it was 2-3 months ago now. I don't even remember when that was. But we...
November 26th.
Oh!
25th.
Sorry, I didn't have my headphones plugged in. You've committed the date to memory. Right on. Okay, well, November 26th, we did a one-shot of Estate. And we loved it so much that we just decided we had to do it again. So, here we are. We are back. The Troublemaker crew is all here with you. If you've seen the one-shot, great. If you haven't, it's on YouTube. Go check it out. My YouTube is Colonomicon. You can find it there. If you were just watching our vignettes that were just on for the last 2 hours, that bridges what happened in the one-shot to what's going to be happening here. You don't have to have seen the one-shot or the vignettes we just aired to understand what's going to happen right now, but you probably get more of a kick out of it if you do. So the vignettes are not on YouTube yet, but they will be very soon, and the one-shot is there. So start there, go check it out, catch up on what the Troublemakers have been up to. And speaking of the Troublemakers, I have friends, and they're awesome, and I play games with them, and they're all here. And my friends are the Troublemakers. I am surrounded by the finest makers of trouble this side of Mire End, and I'm so fucking stoked. So, let me begin first, before we actually get to the Troublemakers. Let me begin by introducing the man of the hour, the fella who introduced me to this game, introduced all of us to this game. This, frankly, somewhat obscure game that came out, 2004, I think it was, Bulb? The original one? And
yeah, 2004.
Yeah, by Handiwork Games, a small company from Scotland. Another Scottish import, just like Bulb himself. And, that I'd never heard of it. I didn't know anything about it, but it just so happens that the new edition of it is set to come out soon. And so that's what we're playing tonight. It's a new Forged in the Dark-based system. It's not like the original one was. But we're taking all that lore and all that stuff, because the new edition's not out yet. But we're taking all that lore and we're using the Forged in the Dark mechanics. And the person who's going to be leading us on this epic journey is my friend Bulb. Bulb, introduce yourself.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bob Donaldson, lover of games and, in particular, this fantastic setting that is Estate. I have the pleasure of running this game in this setting for these fantastic players, which I am super stoked about. That they were happy to come back after our one shot, and let's see how much more trouble the Troublemakers can get into. Thanks for having us, Colin.
Yeah, man, and probably a fair bit of trouble. I mean, I have a feeling we're... Bulb was telling us before this started that we've earned a few... If this was Grand Theft Auto, we have earned a few wanted stars from what we did in our previous exploits. I'm slightly concerned about that. But I'll tell you who I don't think is concerned about it, because she's a fucking badass, and that is my friend Anna, and the character you'll be playing. Anna, introduce yourself and tell the folks who you're playing.
Hey everybody, I'm Anna at Numeria941 pretty much everywhere on the internet. You may know me by that name. And tonight I will be returning to my favorite character that I played last year of all time period, Jane Card, the ghost fighter of Mire End, who fights with a knife and is very, very good at it.
Yeah, like real good at it. Big, what is it called? A monofilament knife? Do I have that right?
Monofilament, yeah. It's a special thing that exists in the lore of this world that is highly valuable, highly prized, and sought after, wielded by the most professional of basically assassins for hire.
Yeah.
More or less. So
assassins for hire and also prize fighters, which if you were just watching the vignettes, you saw Jane get ridiculous with the prize fighting, earn a shit ton of money, nearly get herself killed, but enough money to get our buddy Pendleton out of the hospital. So all's well that ends well, I guess. And speaking of our buddy Pendleton, right up above me is my friend Wally. What's going on, brother?
Sup, y'all? It's your boy Wally. I'm back once again in your faces and in your ears if you're just using us as the delightful background noise to drown out the loneliness you may be feeling this evening. I'm of course playing Penn. I am so excited to play Penn. He is my delightful little ray of sunshine in all of the other characters that I seem to play.
He is an absolute ray of fucking sunshine. I love Penn so much.
It's so rare to me. It's very new for me to play such cheerful, sweet, innocent characters.
Cinnamon roll.
Yeah, I've never played a cinnamon roll before, so.
I mean, I wouldn't call your character. I play a D&D game with you, and I wouldn't call that guy cinnamon roll.
No, Econ is not a cinnamon roll at all. He is like.
He's a happy motherfucker, though. I mean, he's not.
He's a cheerful motherfucker.
He's not dour or anything. He's.
Oh no, yeah.
He's chipper. But Pendleton, this is a character that, I should say we're all using characters that are pre-generated. These are characters that came with the estate sort of starter set that they put out. That was a one-shot and a few pre-gen characters they put out in base rules. Because like I said, the full book isn't out yet. But that was one that I had no idea what that character was going to be.
Neither did I. Like, I looked at the picture and I'm like, I have no idea what I'm going to do with this character. Let's just go right into it and play him like this delightful little klepto. And it just worked. It just really worked for him. And I just leaned hard into it and I decided not to turn my back. Because, like, it got to that point, when you lean so hard into a character, there's no turning back. That is pretty much where I went with this.
Yeah, I mean, in the lead up to this, you said, like, we're gonna do. I think I'm gonna make him more of a teenager.
Yeah.
Well, for starters, you made him a him, which the original character is not, and then decided to just make it like a goofy teen, but also did it with so much heart. And
yeah,
I love the little guy. He's my best buddy. And my favorite part of that vignette we just aired was the bit of you and me, like, shooting people with syringes in the hospital.
Yes. Oh my god, that was so great.
Thing I really did do when I worked at the hospital. So thank you so much for being here, Wally. Thanks for coming back. Thank you for agreeing to do this. And, of course, would not be complete if I did not mention someone I've had the great privilege of playing alongside for 2 full seasons of my favorite show ever. And for some reason, you liked me enough to come back and play with me again. So thanks for being here, Sav. How you doing?
It's me. Hi. I'm Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on the internets. That's where you can find all of my stuff. I'm doing great. I did not realize until we talked about it how long it had actually been since we did this.
Yeah.
But I've been looking forward to it for the whole time we've been gone. So, but yeah, tonight I am playing Jed September, the activist who works at the paper and is always in the fight, doing whatever it takes, even if it might be kicking a dead body, for income equality and better living all around for her people.
Eat the rich, Jed September.
Yep.
And also pretending to know how to read.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
by
good
the
at that
way,
also.
if you're new to this, neither Jed nor Jane actually knows how to read or write, so half of our crew for this is illiterate, and one of them works for a newspaper.
Which is, yeah, those two things together is what really does it.
It's like the one person who's illiterate that shouldn't be is the one person who's illiterate shouldn't be illiterate because of their occupation. Whereas Penn, he's literate. He's not gonna read it.
He's got no reason to read.
Jed's got other stuff to do.
Yeah.
She doesn't have time to learn how to read.
Yeah.
Kicking corpses, causing trouble. And I am, Colonomicon, you're watching my channel, thank you for being here. And I am playing Janus Krippich, I love his last name. Janus Krippich, the Lost Finder, a oldest member of the group by far. I'm about twice the age of everybody else here. Which, for the world that we're in, makes me fucking old. Janus is in his late 40s, and life expectancy here ain't that high. So he's he's an old man by the standards of this awful city that we inhabit. And Janus is a lost finder. His job, such as it is, more of a calling really, is to find lost things for people. It's as simple as that. When that can be objects, an old locket that we lost somewhere. It can be people. He even does it. Yeah, there's almost like a private eye side of things too. But that's what he does. He returns lost things to people who have lost them. Was not his first career, but it's the one he has now. And together, Janus, Jane, Jed, and Pendleton make up the Troublemakers of Mire End. A bunch of rabble-rousers who are out there kicking ass and trying to do right by the destitute people of Mire End, where they live. This shitty, swamp-like part of the city that is covered in literal sewage and bleach, much of the lower parts of it. Disgusting place to live. But we are trying to make things better for the people of our fair city. And to tell us how we can make an impact this time around, I will toss it over to my friend Bulb to begin our story.
Thank you. So, where to begin in such a place as Mire End? Our party of troublemakers have recently made their way back from the stark contrast of the experience that they found in TCMAA area, in particular Eastern General Hospital, where Pendleton healed and recuperated. The troublemakers saw wounds, both physical and emotional, healed in their time there. And with this optimism of seeing Penn healed, made better in a way that is hard to understand and appreciate for denizens of Mire End, you return and hear a lot of talk and a lot of speculation, because in an area as destitute as Mire End, even the small and the mundane can become extraordinary. As you return, there's a hustle and bustle. People all around whisper and look on at your return. You hear people talking about how it was yourselves, the troublemakers, and there you are, the people who put an end to the slavery that was involved, that horrendous child slavery racket put in place by Hosanna Nicely. You hear whispers, you hear stares, and through the corner eye you see people occasionally pointing and whispering to others. The word is certainly out within the streets of Mire End of who the troublemakers are. And in an area where resources are limited and desperation is high, who knows what implications those points, stares, and whispers may have down the line. another thing that you've heard recently on your return is that something strange happened in one of the disused streets. One of the most deprived areas within Mire End itself. Within the main street of Barrack Way, a large sinkhole has appeared. Numbers of denizens from Mire End come to you complaining that they're struggling to rest, they're struggling to sleep. The sounds of conflict, fighting, and constant clattering of metal objects against stone and dirt through the night and of all hours is impacting on their lives. The sinkhole fell within the old sewer system, long disused, and rumours about what may be found down there, ancient relics, items of desire, lost objects. Some have even made comment that there may be items linked to the shifted and the shift present. Some have mentioned pre-bombardment relics. The excitement of all of this has brought many a denizen desperate to make their fortune to Mire End. And with that, we're going to go to our first scene. Jed, it's been some time since you've been home. Walking up those tenement steps, you see something. You see a person, a figure standing, adorned in wine ceremonial robes with a gold trim. Blazoned on it is the imagery and effigy of a steel-framed tower. Standing in front of you is a young man in his early 20s. His hair is shaved short, right to the scalp. A practical looking image, nothing keen and out of place. As you arrive to the door, the individual kind of looks to you and smiles. Says, "Ah, I didn't mean to attend your domicile. I was just desperate, and I had some information that I thought you could potentially help me with."
Really?
Yes. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Father Herbert. I am in need of someone potentially with skills such as yours.
Okay. Well, why don't you come in?
I would normally seek someone else to assist me with such things. However, I've not heard from them in some time, and I fear. No, I hope that coming to you may yield a better result from some of the things that I have heard recently.
Okay. Well, tell me what you know.
Have you heard about the development of the sinkhole?
Yes. Yeah, I'm aware.
Yes. it's brought a lot of attention. It's brought a lot of attention to those who are desperate to find an item of wealth or bring fortune. I'm sure you can appreciate the desperation of those with nothing. That being said, it has brought some benefits, and some of the children from the orphanage have used the opportunity to become almost mascots and lookouts for a number of those who are digging, bringing tools and equipment, ferrying water or food and resources to those who need it there. From all accounts, from what I've heard, it's become quite lucrative. Anyway, 3 of our more wayward children set off there in hopes of gaining a sponsorship in the local area. They haven't returned, and certainly from the things that I've heard about yourself and your group, I thought this was something that you would potentially be interested in assisting us with.
Yeah. I think I know just the folks.
Good. So the 3 kids that we're looking for, they're pretty mischievous, but they're good kids. They just want something a bit better. Their names are Dandy, Fritillary, and Hoop. If you could find them and persuade them to leave this fool's errand behind, return to the orphanage, I would be most appreciative.
Okay. Yeah. Where was the last time? When was the last time you saw them? How long ago was this?
Oh, it was when the Sinkhole first opened, and there was mention of riches and treasure. It's a handful of days.
I figured.
But I fear that since they're no longer present at the moment, there are a number of undesirables leaking in. As I say, it's brought those from the trusts from other boroughs. It's brought many a desperate person looking to seek their fortune.
Okay. Yeah, that's something we can handle. I'll get everyone together, and we'll set out, take a look, and we'll bring them back. No sweat.
Thank you. If you can return them, we don't have much, but I can see if we can provide you some form of reward.
Last thing on my mind right now, Father. We'll do what we can.
Thank you. May you forever be in the architect's favor.
You too.
Kinda
For what
nods.
it's worth.
He nods to you and makes his way out. You can hear the sound of kind of thick, cobbled shoes clicking on the tenement steps as he walks away.
All right. I'll go inside, and when I can, get the gang back together.
Cool. Yeah, you head back into your house, and as you do, the door is a bit stiff as you open it. You can still hear some trickling and drips from some of those leaks from your roof as they come in. But as you slide that door in and open, you notice that there is a couple of pieces of paper that have been kind of put underneath your door. These are kind of, they're not, the paper is different to what you're used to at the newspaper. It's glossy, it's shiny. You know, if you didn't know any better, you'd almost say that this paper wasn't recycled and hadn't been remulched. This is, it's strange. It's like it's new. The colors on it are bright and vibrant. It's adverts. It's adverts. Each of these that have been put through your door talk about better accessibility to media and entertainment for the denizens of Mire End, and how a little entertainment can bring sunshine to people's lives. These are adverts for The Beat, as they're kind of known. The Beat, which is the Broadcast and Entertainment Trust. It's the city's entertainment and media kind of company, and typically speaking, people receive their kind of entertainment and their limited kind of TV access within Mire End if they have a TV. It's really, really limited. Think of it as nothing but constant adverts. And it's pretty dull. And when you can get a signal, or when you do get a signal, it's pretty limited. So the fact that not only are they advertising, but they're advertising with such nice things, seems a bit off to you.
Just gonna tuck those away.
Okay, cool.
For now.
So one by one, you all settle in and sort things out. A short time later, you arrange to meet up and see how everybody's doing, see if anybody's heard anything about jobs or scores that you could pick up. Where is it that the Troublemakers would likely meet?
Go-to in the past has been Jed's office.
The paper.
Mm-hmm.
The paper
Yeah.
office. Jane is staying at Janus's house still,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone's also welcome to come over there if you'd like. Not a lot of room, but
It's nice. I can actually like stretch out when I go to sleep instead of at my apartment where it's just like, can't actually all the way. Nope.
poor Jane lives in a shoebox.
Tiny little shoebox.
Basically a closet, really.
That's okay. Jed mostly lives in her office, so
Yeah, how about you guys come over to mine?
yeah.
Yeah, so one by one, you systematically make your way over to Janus's apartment.
Can I ask really quick, does Pendleton come in through the secret entrance that only he knows about?
Yeah. So after you send out the call that everyone's gonna meet at Janus's place, like you go through your whole procedure, like, all right, send out the call. Now I gotta wait, and then you look away for one moment, then you look back at the kitchen table, and Penn is at the kitchen table, just politely waiting.
And I don't think I've asked. I think I just told everyone, hey, we're going to Janus's.
That's pretty much what it was. And it was more of a situation, so it would be like if you saw it from Pendleton's perspective, as soon as he got the information that they were supposed to meet Janus, as you see like Penn, you like see the cameras like on Penn's face in like this darkened room, and he's like, "Oh, sweet, cool." He rolls over, pushes open a panel, and you see light spill up from the panel and beneath, and you see him drop down into Janus's kitchen, sits down in the chair and waits.
Janus is preparing his signature dish for Jane. It's beans. It's just beans. There's no... He got some salt this month, so it's gonna have a little bit more flavor than has been in the past.
Heck, don't put too much salt in there.
Well, man, I gotta ration this. I gotta ration this shit, man. You can't go nuts with it. But yeah, so it's a meal of a bowl of beans, beans with salt. Relish that shit. And as Penn like drops into his apartment, he just drops a bowl and shatters it on the floor. God!
Hey, so why are we here?
I don't know. Why are you here?
I was told by Jed to come here.
Oh, really? Jed didn't tell me that. That's interesting.
Oh. He reaches around his pockets, pulls out a note. Here you go.
Jane, did you talk to Jed?
Mentioned something about it the last couple times I've come to pick up the paper, but I kind of just assumed that this was going to be another one of those things where you tricked us into having a conversation, and I was like, well, we're already both here, so...
Why?
Oh, no, it wasn't one of those situations. I was just told that we're hanging out at James's place, so I was like, oh, sweet, I get to hang out at James's place, so that's why I'm here.
Just loud knocking at the door.
Proceeds to start scooping up beans off the floor because don't let that shit go to waste.
Rinse them off, they'll be fine.
Yeah, seriously, though, no, like that's exactly what she's doing.
Just question for me before I answer the door, because Janus is now taking his time answering the door because he's upset. Does Jane have like a setup at Janus's place since she's been here a while?
What is the apartment like exactly, though? Because she wouldn't really be taking up a whole ton of space.
Yeah, it's 2 rooms.
He doesn't really have very many belongings, so...
No, he doesn't have much at all. It's 2 rooms. It's a, living area, small kitchen, and a bathroom. That luxury, though, has a tub.
Ooh, Mr. Rockefeller here.
Yeah.
Wow. That's, like, legit better than the actual house the player, live in.
You don't have a tub? Is it just the tub, or do you live in a single room with your husband?
No. It's the lack of the bathtub. I was saying the bathtub. The having a bathtub is fancy.
Some call it a tub. No. It's maybe more accurately described as a very large pot, but you can fit a human body in it, so...
That works. Yeah, I think she's probably set up a little sort of like little mattress cot type thing somewhere out of the way that can be pretty easily rolled up during the day. Yeah, Jane doesn't really have anything that she would have brought with her. Although I guess the one thing that I guess you would note that has changed since last time is that she doesn't have any new cuts or bruises, and the ones that she does have mostly faded and scabbed over at this point. She's also not constantly wearing the knife around the house. She'll actually just take it off, put it away somewhere out of sight, because that's valuable and you don't want people to just get ideas, but yeah.
Yeah, so Janus is about to be like, Jane, could you get the beans? But see, you're already going for it. And he's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm getting the beans.
Thank you. And goes to the door, and he's got one of those peepholes there with like the little metal slide you put aside. State your business.
Is Penn here?
I think Penn has always been here.
I think he actually secretly lives here.
Great, let me in.
What's this about, September?
A job?
Like a good job? Or like a we're gonna get hurt again job?
A priest came to see me.
Okay, you can come in just because that's weird.
That is
Right?
Opens. Janus has like 3 locks and a latch and a chain. It's not a good part of town. You gotta take precautions. And one of those like metal bars that goes across too. So he just lifts all this up. It takes a few seconds. You hear just like all this clinking and clanking behind the door. Hello.
Hey.
Hi. Priest.
Yeah. Sorry, I figured we'd come here. My roof is still leaking.
I did tell you I was gonna fix that.
No,
Can I
no,
fix?
no.
The moral of the story went right over your heads. He
I
shakes
told
his
you
head
they weren't
sadly.
gonna get it.
What is he talking about?
What is he talking about?
I tried. I really did try, but at least they're still friends again. That's what matters.
Did he talk about a roof?
I honestly don't remember, but I was also kind of, slowly bleeding out. So
Yeah. Fair.
Yeah,
come
you
in.
cooking? Smells good.
Oh, yes, we have beans and beans that came off of the floor. I would probably recommend just the regular beans first.
Well, the floor adds flavor.
Yeah, but they're mine, so.
Okay, fair.
Little crunch.
Little, yeah, it's texture.
Fiber.
Extra protein in there.
Well, here, Jed, I do have this. I managed to get this decent little chair out of the dumpster a couple weeks ago. So, pop a squat.
All right.
It's like a shitty recliner.
Well, it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
A little squeaky.
A little squeaky. Some things probably live in it, but
Hey. They don't bother me. I won't bother them. So, 2 things. And pulls out the adverts first, like on the glossy paper. These were under my office door when I got back.
junk mail.
That's, you tell me.
Penn reaches a hand out, grabs one, looks it over. Looks like an advert for some kind of entertainment festivities.
Yeah, it's for the beat, and I'm pretty sure those cost more than I will ever make in a lifetime.
Yeah.
That paper looks brand new.
I mean, it has like that matte finish and everything.
Well, yeah,
Look at it. He's like rubbing his hand across the gloss. Look at it, guys.
that is nice.
You can
What
move
are
one.
they-
Yeah, can I see that?
Here you go, take it. This is like fancy paper.
What are they doing advertising here? This really seems like the wrong group of people to spend money on. I don't know.
Yeah, it does seem like the wrong target audience. I mean, everybody loves music, but in the target audience, I mean, have money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But wow, that's. Oh man. If I did have the money, oof,
Well, I'd go.
that would be amazing.
So we can put a pin in that one. I just thought it was weird as hell.
That is weird.
Yeah, a priest came to see me.
Right, priest. Yeah.
Yeah, Father, oh, what's his name? Shaved head. Runs the orphanage.
Oh, Herbert?
Herbert.
Right, Herbert? He
That
came
was
to
him.
see you.
Friend of
What
yours?
Yeah.
did he want? He was in charge of the place where I grew up.
Oh,
He ran it, daily business in charge of education, such as it was, I guess.
Did he train you how to knife fight?
No, he did
I
not.
somehow doubt that.
That would have been cool.
That would have been awesome.
No, I learned that later.
Well,
Nice guy.
I mean, he was always fair to, the children. He was strict, but fair. He used to have a much wealthier, better off parish in a nicer part of town, but he kind of got kicked out of that in disgrace. That was before I was, old enough to really know, but yeah. That's how we ended up here.
I'm sorry, he got fired in disgrace?
He supposedly had an inappropriate relationship with a woman. I don't know who she was. Maybe he just, got the wrong person's husband angry or something. Anyway.
Silly architect morals. No offense.
I'm not a priest.
Fair.
I don't have to follow those rules.
Okay, so a not only priest, but a disgraced former orphanage-running, philandering priest came to see you, Jed. This gets spicier by the minute.
I know, it's been very exciting. 3 of the kids have gone missing.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
yeah.
Wait, like kidnapped or just like disappeared missing?
well, when the sinkhole opened up and all that news was coming out about, oh, there might be stuff in there, there might be artifacts, there might be money to be made. A lot of the kids were going down there, working for the people down there, running supplies, that kind of thing. And I guess 3 of them haven't come back. So.
Yeah, it does sound familiar. I was just hanging around, in the courtyards, and a bunch of people were like asking me, say, "Hey, Pan, you want to go down there and steal stuff?" I mean, it was cool to think about. I mean, who wouldn't want to play in a sinkhole?
Mm.
But I don't want to die, so yeah, I'm kind of scaling back on the risks I'm taking.
That's a good instinct.
Okay.
Yeah, this happens every so often. Places like that open up. If it's not a sinkhole, it's I don't know, wreckage of something or a factory or whatever. Just always looking for anything that you can flip.
Pretty much. I mean, it's kind of a regular occurrence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they had some kids helping out, and I guess these 3 hadn't come back. So I told him I knew some folks that might be able to look.
Yeah, hey. Finding lost things is kind of my deal.
That's why I came to your house.
But okay, we're not... This doesn't sound like another, nicely situation. Sounds like sounds like an accident. I don't see any cause for foul play here or anything like that.
They could
Or-
have gotten lost or... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Or, okay, sinkhole. What causes sinkholes?
Erosion?
I don't know.
Erosion. Erosion causes sinkholes. Erosion from water traveling underneath the city.
Yeah.
But what else could cause erosion? Moles.
I was gonna say a bomb.
Oh, bombs too. But moles. I'm leaning towards really. Look. Open your third eye, people. We're right now. We're at the precipice of a big conspiracy being blown out the water. Mole people underneath the city have been causing the sinkholes that the government is coming in to pretty much cause and use this as a way to gentrify the various slums.
Jed, was this in your paper?
Pendleton. I know that there are people living under the city, but they're not moles. Okay, they're
They
not
can't prove.
moles.
I mean, we
no,
can't rule
they're
anything out.
definitely not moles. They are different, but they are not moles.
Regardless, the kids were down there working for some people who may or may not have been on the up and up.
Mm-hmm.
Something could have happened. They could have got lost down there. They could have got left down there.
They could have just decided to leave.
That's true.
It's a fair number of groups down there that'll do that too. Strike out on their own, decide they don't want to live under the church's thumb anymore. It happens a lot.
Regardless, I think we should take a look. If we do find them, great. If we don't, maybe we can at least know that they left or something.
Yeah.
Wait, Jane, how do you know about people living under the city?
I didn't always have the job that I have now.
You used to live under the city?
No, but I used to scavenge under the city sometimes.
I mean, I've been down there. I've had a few jobs.
That was a long time ago.
It's dangerous. There's
Mm-hmm.
plenty of ways a kid can go missing down there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, I hate to ask, but I have to. Is there any reward?
Father said that the same thing they always say. We don't have much, but we'll get something together.
Nobody has much, of course. All right.
They're gonna try.
Hey, it's not a big deal, but...
I wasn't gonna go too hard against a priest. You know, it's kids.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Yeah.
I'd take the job for free, but we are pretty hard up, so...
The upside is, though, they're... I don't know, if you've got, you know, good eyes and can fit into tight spaces, you can find some really good things down there.
Oh, yeah.
The downside is you can find a lot more things that want to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, taking less big risks these days.
Right.
I mean, past Penn would be all about just diving in there head first, not worrying about the mole people that live under there. So...
Penn, you probably shouldn't say that.
If
The mole thing, it seems a little
offensive. Well, no, I mean, well, yeah, I guess so, yeah.
There are, I mean, Jane's right. There are people who live under
Yeah,
there
that's
because they
true.
have nowhere else to go.
Yeah.
I mean, it's...
That's true.
Now, there might be literal moles under there,
No,
too.
there's literal moles there.
Yeah,
I
no,
know there's
that's
little moles
different,
there.
yeah.
No, they're totally there. Like, there are literal moles. Like, the moles are there. Like, they're, like, real, like, moles down there.
No, you're right about that. Absolutely.
No, yeah.
There are definitely moles. I'm sorry, Jane, you were saying?
nothing. She's very hard struggling not to laugh at this idea of mole people, as am I. If we are going to go down there, though, we will need some sort of protective footwear.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Chemicals.
like waders or something.
Yeah, it does get... Some parts are pretty caustic.
Acid caustic?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if it's just water, I got that planned out. He reaches into his pocket, pulls out 2 plastic bags, puts one around one foot, ties it up, puts another around another foot, ties it up. He's like, Pendleton water mode.
Yeah, you'll be walking on ankle stubs with just that, bud.
Oh, okay. Well, then I got nothing else.
You think we can scrounge something up?
You can ask
We'll
around.
find something.
I might be able to get some wellies or something. I can't guarantee that they're gonna fit properly, but just have to be good enough. But 4 pairs. Jeez, we need money. I splurged on this salt.
I mean, it
look,
tastes
so-
amazing.
If the food does taste delicious, I mean, they really
Thank
taste
you.
the salt.
Thank you.
I
All
don't
right.
want to be this person, but I could always, you know, take another job.
You.
It's an option. It's
You're still not fully healed from the last time.
okay. Good point.
Well, I could, you know.
Scrounge some up.
I would say I was gonna steal stuff, but if we're saying scrounge as a way, like,
That's why I went.
oh right,
Yeah, we're working on it.
I'm gonna scrounge some stuff up, guys. Wink.
Yeah, we all
There you
get
go.
it.
just say wink out loud.
I said we're working on it. Okay.
Yeah, you don't say the wink part. That's
Gotcha.
better. Okay, normally I would be opposed to this, but greater good, all that sort of thing. Look the other way.
Maybe we can just, you know, return them when we're done with them, but we shouldn't go down there without them.
An excellent compromise.
Right. So he like slowly is backing towards the window. Right. Looking the other way. No takebacks, guys. Just letting you guys know. He slowly opens the window. No takebacks.
Do you need help?
No, I'm just saying, you know, I'm giving you a chance to say, Penn, stop. No, don't, for once.
Well, for one thing, we are actually doing takebacks because you were saying that you can steal them, but we're going to give them back when we're done. So
Yeah, I guess so. Okay, yeah, takebacks included with stealing these and giving them back to eventually down the road.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fine.
I
Okay.
trust you.
Yeah, okay. I'll go see if I can scrounge us up some waiters. I may know somebody who has a hookup. We'll see. And he rolls out the window onto the fire escape, and you hear him scrambling them up.
Jade's just gonna walk back over to the record player wearing her socks and flip it over. Start it on the second side.
Awesome. Yeah, Jane's side is still in a lot of pain. As you recall, during the vignettes, Jane was injured and got to the point where she had 2 levels of harm. That'll take some time to heal.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would you say where about would you say out of our 3 levels of harm
On a scale from 1 to 3.
is a state of this? Because I believe I was full up level 2 last time when we left off.
Yeah. You had entirely filled the two slots in level 1, and you'd gone into level 2 harm.
Yep.
Unfortunately, due to your activities, you haven't had any downtime to engage in vices or heal or do any of those other activities. So it's quite a risky situation right now for Jane. The effect of being at 2 harm is that you have a -1 die to each of your rolls.
Yep.
And speaking of rolls, I think this would be a good time to formulate our dice pool and have a bit of a conversation about how we're going to go about gathering information with regards to the sinkhole and the potential whereabouts of these children. So what are your thoughts?
So, Penn is definitely going to work to get the waiters for them. And he actually has a connection for this that might help. One of his contacts is Cam Durr, a mechanic and a wing ship racer. So he's going to head over to them and see if they have like big industrial boosts for the team.
As Penn is like jumping out the window, Janus is gonna yell after him like, "You might want to get something for our breathing too."
And you hear, like, as soon as you say that, it's like about a minute passes, 2 minutes pass. The little grate above the ceiling opens up and he pokes his head out. Gotcha. And then the flap closes back up again. And you just hear him scrambling through the air ducts.
Jed, if you know how he's getting in here, you need to tell me.
I'm sworn to secrecy.
Sits down and eats his fucking beans.
Man, all the stuff that I would normally do to prepare for this is kind of off the table at the moment. So maybe somebody want to come with me and we go check out and see if there's any rumors circulating about the sinkhole or the neighborhood where it opened up, maybe because the residents are restless and they are unhappy. Maybe we can talk to them and see if I actually know Hoop and Dandy, 2 of the kids that went missing, to look at least. And they're passingly, familiar with me. We've talked a couple times because, church connection and everything. So maybe we could just go over there and see if anybody has seen them or has seen strange kids running around.
Are you like the cool like youth outreach minister for the church?
Oh
like...
no, I'm the well, poster child is maybe a bit of a strong word, but I am the person that got out of the orphanage and made it and did not die.
Idea
though. So the orphanage kids are very excited about that. The actual church authorities are kind of like, well, we'll just kind of look the other way. But the cool youth minister vibe is a lot more like corny and chill than Jane will ever be. So
the idea of Jane walking into a room full of kids, grabbing a chair, turning it around, and sitting backwards on it.
Yeah.
So kids.
So you like stabbing? You think it's great? You want to stab people?
Stay
Rob
off
has
drugs.
no
It
idea.
Stay off drugs and stay in the ring, kids. Let me tell you what. I
Yeah.
think, Jed, if you do want to go with Jane, that'd be fine. I have my own plan for how I could pursue this.
Yeah, I do that
But
with Jed.
totally, Jed, if you're cool with it, totally up to you.
Yeah, I'll go.
Maybe we can even
People like
find
to talk to me.
Yes, they do.
Gosh
They do.
darn it, people like you. For my part, Janus has, because of his profession, he has a lot of connections with basically like pawnbrokers, people who are in the business of buying and selling things. Part of his lost finding sometimes includes that he has to go hunt down things that have already been hawked to somebody else. So he has to find a way to negotiate with pawnbrokers to get things returned to their rightful owners. So he would use those connections to try to see, for one thing, the kind of things that are coming out of that sinkhole, the kind of things that are going in, and get some names about who the movers and pushers are that are bringing stuff up from the sinkhole and selling. So those are so basically hit up his network of pawn shops would be the gist of that.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so you all have a bunch of ideas of ways of gathering information and getting prepared for this. With all gathering information and things, one of you in particular would take the lead on this. So, which of the options that you've come up with do you feel is the one that's most likely to yield a success?
I mean, do we really want to follow Penn as the leader?
Not me. I have -1 die to everything right now. It cannot be me.
Well, okay, but just like Penn is doing something kind of different. Like, we're doing information gathering. Penn is just going to steal shit. So, like,
He's going to convince, and if that doesn't work, then he'll steal shit.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
so proud of you.
Thank you.
Point
Me
is,
too.
you are on a procurement, not a reconnaissance
Yeah.
mission.
So
really.
I don't. So he would not be the one to be put in charge of this. I think. I would like to nominate Jed.
Second.
Third.
Great. Democracy.
Awesome. So, Jed is going to take the lead in this gathering information. So, what we're going to do is we're going to build this dice pool. So, is there a particular attribute that you would like to use? What are you thinking?
I have 2 in sway. So I was thinking about using that to just try to be able to like convince people maybe to open up a little bit and say, have they seen the kids recently? Have they seen anybody with the kids recently? That kind of thing.
Yes, Sway I think is a really good shout, and people will be quite keen to speak to someone such as yourself, especially how well you're kind of known and noticeable right now. People heard about everything that went on or saw it firsthand. The name Jed September is going around the streets, so people are more likely to speak to you right now. So what we're going to do is we're going to take your 2 dice for sway. We're going to add another one for sheer luck.
Okay.
So we're going to add that for sheer luck. Is there any of your special character abilities that you would want to use or feel is applicable at this moment that you would like to use?
Any of us, or just Jed?
Just Jed.
Okay.
So I have Orator. I used this last time. It is you have a gift for speaking in a way that hits home. You get +1 effect when you either rally an audience or seek to influence with inspiring words. So, that one.
Yeah, I think that's applicable in this situation, so that will add another die.
Sweet.
The final bit to discuss is whether you want how important this is to you, whether you want to push stress to gain an extra die, or whether you would consider taking a devil's bargain.
I think I'll roll with what I have. So I got 4.
Yeah, it's a solid dice pool. Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
So if you roll 4d6 for us and let us know what your highest result is, please.
It's a 6.
A 6. So not just a success, but a critical success. Okay. So what a critical would do in this situation is it's going to bump up the tier of success you have to a higher level, which will give you access to better information. Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah, so that was pretty awesome getting a crit there for your gathering information roll. That's pretty
I'm
awesome.
very pleased.
Cool. So yeah, you go around the streets and you speak to the kind of residents of Barrack Way. Barrack Way, even by Mire End standards, is, damaged. You have tenement buildings where people reside that have full walls missing, and there's parts replaced with tarps or just open to the elements. The area is especially waterlogged, and there's very, very little drainage here. You can see there's kind of moss and mold growing up a lot of the walls, and it's just nasty, horrendous foul smelling. However, now in the centre of the main street of Barrack Way, there is this large hole where you've seen kind of water kind of slowly dripping and pooling into. There's almost like a kind of effervescent quality to the water that goes in there, as if it's evaporating or something that's causing some kind of effervescent spore or something to come from it. Going around the area, you see a number of individuals. So many of them with a variety of appearances. You can see some of the locals kind of shouting, heckling, and telling people to leave, knowing that they've not had sleep in considerable time, and anything that's found here should be theirs by right, considering that they've lived on the way for so long. You can see individuals in clothes of kind of similar styles to what you had seen when you were at the hospital. Elegant and refined styles that you are completely out of place within Mire End. You can see groups of desperate scrape addicts huddled in the corner, just looking for opportunities to rob or pickpocket somebody. In this area where there are lots of thoughts of potential opportunity, some of them are more sinister than others.
Is Jane, you're with me, right?
Yeah, I came
Already,
with you.
I had already forgotten. It's been
Please
2
don't
minutes.
leave Jed alone with this.
No.
Please don't leave Jed alone here.
No, seriously, like if Jane can be there anytime that Jed needs to go do a public speaking thing, Jane is there for backup. Like Jane is there as the sort of
Perfect.
like plant in the crowd that's just like if something starts to go bad.
Are you Jed's Secret
Yeah.
Service?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not
It's-
really secret because I'm not trying to hide, and also
No,
I'm
yeah.
like
Open
6 feet tall,
service.
so yeah, not yeah.
Like
Yeah.
she's basically
Muscle,
she's
I'm the
basically
muscle.
Jed's Brock Sampson right now. Just shows
Yes.
up places, stands around, looks imposing.
Yeah.
Are you doing the just arms crossed, imposing good cop, bad cop routine?
Yeah, something like that.
Right on.
But yeah, I
I
think
do
Jed,
have the knife on me. I do when we go out and about.
that's probably good.
Always.
Jed would before approaching anybody, kind of taking anything in, kind of like look at Jane and point over to the like the very like nicely dressed people.
Yeah.
What do you make of that?
Bulb, do I make anything of that or?
Yeah, it's particularly out of character. As I say, there's fine clothing here. This is similar to what you saw in the kind of TCMAA.
Yeah, and at the hospital and everything.
Yeah, it's fine clothing. It's styles that are strange. I mean, it's not just clothing for functional sake. It's almost as if there's a design element or an aesthetic to them. One of the people who's standing with these individuals catches your attention. It's an individual standing. He's wearing a long, dark coat of what appears to be soft material, almost soft material, and it has a shimmer and a shine to it, like something like satin.
Huh.
He wears underneath that, you can see a finely made waistcoat, and you can see a metal chain connected to a button to it that goes into a pocket. He wears really long boots and these really strange trousers that kind of puff out a fair amount.
Okay.
His clothing is quite over the top, even by the standards of these other individuals. But that's not the thing that makes him stand out to you. The thing that makes him stand out is the scars. He has numerous scars all over his face, all of varying sizes and thicknesses. But you could tell by the shape that they were clearly made by a blade.
Does he have the look of one of the pilots? You're muted, Bulb. You're muted. In Zoom.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. It's possible that his headphone could have died, but...
Sorry, my headphone had cut out there.
That's what we figured.
That's what we figured. Yeah. I was wondering, does he have the look of one of the pilots?
No, he doesn't look like
okay.
a pilot.
But not a ghost fighter either, because I'd probably recognize him if he was.
Certainly, he's not somebody that you recognize.
Huh.
But the scars on his face definitely look like, they're very similar to a lot of the scars that you have. They do look as if they were made by blades.
Yeah. No idea, but this one's a bunch of contradictions. Maybe we should go talk to him first. I feel like most of the other people here are just Well, if they don't live here, they're probably just gawkers looking for something, exciting and slum-like to tell people about.
Yeah, you're probably right. All right. Scarface it is.
Let's talk to him.
Jed will kind of like very casually kind of like cross her arms, like kind of like sidle up to him like she's just arrived. Weird, huh?
You're telling me, but they all seem to love it. Ghost fighter, are you your agent?
Am I what, did you say?
He kind of points, kind of goes, Ghost fighter, and he looks towards Jed and kind of says, "Are you her agent?"
Oh, her agent.
I'm a lot of things.
Well, certainly the tunnels through there are mighty dangerous. We could certainly use someone with skills of a ghost fighter. The Longshore University are offering some excellent rates for items found.
I'm assuming that's the we you're referring to.
Well, it's more they are interested. I'm more here as a cultural advisor. Apologies, where are my manners? My name's Lucian. Lucian Abernethy. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Nice to meet you. I'm Sal.
Hearing that Jed has given a fake name, Jane just decides not to say anything.
Well, Sal, it certainly is a pleasure to meet your acquaintance. So what brings you to these parts? Looking for fame and fortune?
Looking for work, as always. And a couple of other things caught my attention. There's a lot of kids coming back and forth through here. Is that even remotely safe?
Probably not. But to be fair, they're making reasonable coin as gophers, really. Fetching bits and pieces for those who need it. Between candles and water, stew and whatnot. There's some reasonable coin to make. I suppose this is the thing. This is a wonderful opportunity for anybody who's willing to brave it and dare enter down there and see what they can find. Certainly there may be items of immense value down there, but guaranteed we are the ones who can offer the most competitive prices.
Fair enough. My friend here, a couple of her little cousins come through here on and off. We're trying to keep them out of trouble, so you think if she describes them to you, you could let me know whether or not you've seen them?
Well, I could certainly do my best.
Yeah, and I'll give him, just like kind of detailed descriptions of the kids, just without mentioning what their real names are.
Ring a bell?
Now, I do seem to remember them being around here, causing all sorts of mischief as far as I can recall. They seem to have interest in dare I say it, a down and out young lad who was nearby. They seem to be spending a fair amount of time with him. I've not seen him in a few days, though.
Then I'm guessing none of them were working for you.
Oh, for me, heavens no. I'm more interested in those capable. Small children may be able to fit into smaller spaces, but I find that their carrying capacity is rather limited.
That's fair. This man that they were with, what can you tell us about him?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you say man, I mean, barely a child himself. Late teens, maybe. Seemed awful skittish and uncertain. Must have clothes and clearly received them from some form of charitable donation or goodwill. He seemed terrified. I'm wondering if he was perhaps dabbling in something. Scrape, perhaps.
It's possible. It's always a possibility. Oh, where did you last see them, though? Just like at the edge of this, going in and out.
Oh, they were heading outward, towards the marketway, towards marketplace.
Right.
This chap that they were with certainly stood out. He seemed rather out of place. Do you know what I mean?
Just sort of looks at herself, looks at Jane, looks back at him. Yeah. Yeah, I think we do.
As you are talking, you can hear this large kind of huffing and hissing sound overhead. As you look up, you see this strange and bizarre sight. You've heard of things like this before, but you've never actually seen it yourself. This giant canopy of material, and attached to it appears to be some kind of box. As you look up, you see it hissing with fire and flame, and attached to this box is a number of speakers and what appears to be some kind of semicircular contraption. As it flies overhead with this rushing sound, a voice begins to boom out. Denizens of Mire End, rejoice. The Broadcast and Entertainment Trust is here to support you, providing entertainment and opportunity to the masses. Be well and have a great day.
Somehow I don't think that that's the reason why Janus loves the opera. I say to Jed.
You know, I think if I was a betting woman, you'd be right.
Yeah, I don't really get it when he tries to explain what it is, but I don't think that's it either, so.
No.
Okay, well, thank you very much for your help. Sal, do you have any questions left for our new friend here?
Lucian. Yeah, you know, one more thing, just pure curiosity. If we were to perhaps have to make our way down there, you know, to look for our friends, our charges, and we were to find something interesting along the way, what kind of things are you looking for?
Well, my associates are most definitely interested in anything that can assist them with their studies into the shift. Anything that would be considered pre-bombardment or shifted related in terms of its nature, they would be most interested in and would be willing to pay handsomely. That said, any technological finds would be of interest to the university. And as I say, I'm sure we can pay more handsomely than others.
Good to know. Thank
You're
you
very welcome.
for your help.
Can I just ask a question?
Sure.
Last time I was here within Mire End, I never saw one of the Beats balloons around. Is this a new development?
Yes. Yes, it is. Very new, in fact.
Very loud.
Quite Ghost Finder. I find that the nature of such advertisement to be rather droll. It's interesting how frequently these advertisements appear within this area. Just an observation I've had.
Yeah. It's odd, I think. Well, Lucian, thank you so much for your time and your help. And hopefully we'll see you again.
Shall we go to the market?
Yeah.
Let's do.
See if we can find Penn along the way.
As you make your way from the sinkhole towards the market, you see kind of once again this just sheer collection of bizarre individuals, people desperate to find a new bit of tech, find that bit of wealth, find anything that could potentially, or for some of those who are in a more desperate situation, just find the means of getting their next fix. You start making your way towards the market. And as you do, Jed, you can't help but shake this feeling as if you're being watched.
Jane, are we being followed?
Let's find out. Do I need a roll for that, or is there anything would I just know?
So for that would be you can make a dice pool if you like. Probably the likeliest option is probably survey. You can come up with a particularly interesting rationale. I would accept maybe hunt.
I was gonna say I think hunt. I think just the sort of general danger sense awareness, meaning that she's kind of always watching a little bit out of the peripheral, just out of habit.
Speaking of danger sense, I spy danger on the horizon because a raid party has just come in from Dracu. Hi, Dracu. Thank you so much. Jane, Qua Anna, is about to probably shake someone down because they feel like they're being watched, and she's about to go bust some kneecaps. So you came here just in time.
Yeah, I think we'll go hunt because this is less of a survey, take it all in, and find a very specific thing. So I roll 2 for that.
So you have you got two pips in hunt?
I have 1 pip. That I think.
1 pip.
Do you not always add the extra?
So you do.
Yeah.
So you would get that for sheer luck.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, though.
Oh, I'm -1. Yeah,
Jane
that's
Card
true.
is injured.
Hold on.
You're not as good at doing
No.
a violence.
Nah, I'll take a couple stress for that. That's fine. And I rolled a 6. That was a good decision. I didn't have any stress when we started, so we're good. We're good. I'm just injured and slightly stressed. It's fine.
It's that pressure of success. It's hard to maintain.
Here you go, killing again.
Yeah, so who's following us, and are they doing a good job, or are they like just sort of half-assing it? I want to know.
You look around, and you're well adept at sneaking in the shadows and hitting a mark when you need to. So you kind of know the ways to kind of check for a tail, you know, moving between small alleys and streets and things like that. And you kind of do all that, but nobody comes around that corner, nobody shifts. And that's when you kind of notice that faintly you can hear that sound again. It's fainter than it was before when you were at the sinkhole. But when you look up, you see one of those balloons in the sky.
I don't know what it is, but I really don't like those things.
Something's wrong about it.
Yeah. I don't know why, but it feels like it's watching us. Does it look like is this like an autonomous thing, or is there a pilot driving this around? Or is this just a floating loudspeaker that's being annoying and following us around, being like, "Rah, people rejoice"?
It's kind of hard to tell, because it's something you're not used to seeing. It's quite an alien sight. It's essentially a hot air balloon covered in speakers.
Okay.
Where the basket is covered in speakers. Whether there's someone in there or not, you have no idea. It's a totally alien item to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of had that feeling in your gut that you were being followed.
Okay.
And when you kind of went to check it out, what you found was there was nobody physically following you, but this thing is in the sky.
Yeah. I'm just gonna steer us towards a more foot traffic heavy thing, get us to kind of move through a crowd, kind of like we're rambling around aimlessly. And then if I remember correctly from our one shot, this is just sort of like an open air but covered market, so we'll take our time just kind of meandering through the crowd, and then I want us to get under the cover because you can't follow us inside a building.
Yeah, you could totally do that.
Speaker, balloon, murder drone thing, whatever you are.
So, Pen, you were going to go and see a buddy of yours, I believe.
Yes, I am going to go see Cam Durr, a mechanic and a wingship racer.
Cool. So you head over. You head over to see your buddy. When you go over, you can see at the mechanics where he works. You can see next to the dock. There's two kind of skiffs that have kind of been done up, almost in a way to look like the fancy racing planes of the elites.
Like Penn just walks up to this craft. Like he's done this plenty times before, like with the utmost confidence that he's supposed to belong here. And he walks over to that shiny craft that Cam has, and will like scurry up it to look inside to see if Cam is in there.
yeah, as you kind of move up and kind of move up to where the kind of cockpit of this thing is, you can hear the sound of a kind of ratchet tightening bolts, and you can just see these kind of two legs dangling out as if he's lying back on the seats, and his feet are kind of out of the window.
Pen will hang upside down. So like the next time like he reaches over for a tool, like Pen's face is right there, like smiling at him.
Yeah. So as you do that, he kind of puts his hand out and he's like, "Oh God! Oh,
Hey Cam.
Pen, don't do that to me."
Yeah, that's 2 people I did that to today. And he marks it down. Hey Cam, so you got a minute? I mean, you probably got a minute for your old buddy, right?
Yeah, Pen, for you, sure. Are you all right? I heard a rumor. I heard you died.
That's right, I died. I came back to life. Tell all my enemies.
Okay. That's not what you came to tell me. What was it?
I mean, now it is, but no, it isn't. Actually, I need some help. I need a really big, powerful rubber boots.
Okay. Yeah, I can hook you up. We did a bit of a salvage at the Black Canal. We got some pretty thick waders. Would that do you?
Oh, that's exactly what I need it for, because I'm going on a little bit of an expedition mission, and I need something that'll handle all the weird stuff I'm going to be walking through.
Yeah, sure. Like I can hook you up. How many do you need?
4 pairs. Yep, 4 pairs.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I can do that. But listen, I'm gonna need them back just in case we get another job in the Black Canal. But
Like Pen stares at Cam like the term "give it back" does not quite register in his head. It's like, "Good?"
But yeah, I'll tell you what. You can take them away with you, and I'll just call in the favor later on.
Yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah. I will owe you a favor later on. I mean, you're in good standing with me. I don't mind doing favors to you, old buddy.
Awesome. Yeah, let's get you hooked up. What do you think of the ride that I'm working on?
He looks up, he like hops down, like takes a few steps back, does like the whole thing like let's see here. He walks over, looks at, kicks a wheel a couple of times. Well, let's see here. Right over here, your aerodynamic is going to be cut off completely because your left wing is already like 45 degrees off angle from compared to your right wing. That's going to like cut off any kind of jet flow you have when you're trying to bank left and right in turns. Your 5th wheel over here, that thing is going to bust pretty soon. And let's see here. You need racing stripes. That or some flames, because flames mean you can go faster. Also, paint it red. Red definitely means it goes faster.
Thanks. I'll take that on board. Yeah. Tell you what, I got from the sounds of what you're saying, like a lot of work to do. So I'll just go and hook you up with those waders, and I'll see you around.
Thanks, Cam. Oh, and here he pulls out like a pack of smokes and gives it to Cam. Here you go. Don't say I never gave you anything.
Score.
Because Penn has called bartering suites, where his pockets always has exactly what he needs to give to someone as a bartering chip.
bartering sweets. That is like such an awesome additional ability to write on, and that's so cool.
It is such a Penn ability too. He just reaches into his pocket, pulls out something he needs. Like, here you go, take it. And so he's going to take the boots. When he supplies him with the boots, he'll put the boots on like one pair of the boots on his own feet, and I'm guessing they're like really huge on him, so they go up to like his thighs. So you just see Penn like doing this weird like penguin waddle as he's walking away from this shipyard while holding the other 3 pairs of boots. So because he's not bending his legs because they block his knees, so he's just like waddling back and forth like this while holding these big pairs of boots.
Ooh, that's a liability. You're not gonna be able to be a cat burglar with those things on.
Oh man, I'm gonna need to make some adjustments on these things. Can't move my knees, and I can't be sneaky if I can't move my knees.
Oh, I can't wait to know what Penn does, the adjustments he makes to the boots. Oh, I'm excited.
And he's going to take the boots and he's going to head back to the base. But then he stops and he'll look at those balloons and kind of just like give them like a little bit of a He yells back, "Hey, Cam! What's the deal with those things?" And he points to those balloons.
Oh, they're weird advertising things. Looks like Mire End's finally on the up. You know, we might get proper TV programs and stuff next.
Oh, we're gonna get TV?
Yeah, dude. Exciting
that's
stuff,
awesome. That's awesome. But wait a minute. Hold on a second. You think these things just showed up out of nowhere in the Mire End?
Oh yeah, dude. Like they've been here like maybe the past week or so or something. Looks like the Beat's finally beginning to realize that Mire End's a place too, and we deserve the same as everybody else.
Suspicious. You know what this sounds like to me, Cam?
Progress?
No. This is not progress. No, this is, Cam. This is gentrification of the big masses trying to kick us out of Mire End. Property value goes up, and then people like us can't afford the rent. Not that I pay rent anyway, but the people like us cannot afford rent or anything. So this is not progress. This is us being kicked out of Mire End so that Mire End can become, I don't know, not so dire end terraces. Yeah. Yeah, you know, and they'll probably have like some kind of, I don't know, a wine tavern, you know, where people can go in and they have wines listed that you can buy. And there's a guy at the bar, and his name is like Chet, and he has a beard and a weird knitted hat, and he's all like, "Oh, what do you hear? Would you like some nice blueberry wine that I have perfectly fermented myself?" And I would be like, "No, Chet, I can't. I am too young to drink."
Oh God, Mire End is going to become Williamsburg. Oh no. Artisanal beans with like that Himalayan pink sea salt.
Oh yeah, and Chet, there's gonna be artisanal beans. I don't want artisanal beans. I want regular beans, Chet. Not with some Himalayan pink sea salt. Janus cannot afford Himalayan pink sea salt.
Dude, take a breath. It's just TV.
This is how it starts, champ. This is how it starts. And he's like walks off, like actually not walking, waddling off, holding the boots.
Awesome. And as Penn walks off, potentially the most suspicious that Penn has ever looked, walking around in a bunch of pair of waders.
It's definitely the first time Penn has ever with against his will, brought attention to himself.
And Janus, you go to see a couple of your contacts to see what kind of items have maybe been up.
Yeah, what do they
for-
got down there in that big old sinkhole?
Yeah. So with that, you know that if people are looking for items that if people are looking for items that have gone lost or misplaced, they'll come to you.
Mm-hmm.
When people are looking for items that have maybe been scavenged, or they're looking to pawn off or get rid of or sell for scrap, they'll take them to a scrapper. And you know that if it's going to go to any scrapper, the one that deals in higher end stuff is a scrapper by the name of Vorishka.
Varishka. Drop that in the Zoom for me so I can say it right. Varishka. Alright, someone who trades in the fine antiquities. Alright, where might I find... Oh, thank you. Where might I find Varishka? You're muted, Bull. Still muted. There you go.
You could find Varishka quite easily. You know that he deals down at the dockside. He has a stall there frequently. Rumor has it that he has a store or warehouse somewhere, but you've never been or been invited there. You're not sure where it is. All your dealings with Varishka have occurred down at the docks.
Okay. Because this person deals in probably expensive things, which means they probably have pretty well-heeled clientele, and because well-heeled people around here often came by their money through ill-gotten gains, my assumption is that there are some dangerous people that may be involved with this person. So this is partially because I realized I have some equipment I've never used and I would like to use it now, which is that Janus comes with surveillance gear. He has binoculars. It says binoculars and portable hide. That sentence doesn't make sense. I at first read that as portable hole, like the magic item from D&D, and I would love if that was true.
A hide is like the kind of thing that lets you put like a little peephole in something, like if you're bird watching.
Oh.
Or something. So basically, like, you would be able to conceal yourself behind a solid or semi-solid barrier and then have like a little peephole looking out.
I don't think I'm going to use that part, but that's interesting. That could come in handy later. I don't think I'm going to use that right now, but Janus gets down to the docks and just finds there's like a park bench or something to just post up on, and he's making it look like he's bird watching, essentially, or whatever awful mutated creatures reside around the water here. But he's just looking out on the docks to see if he can spot Varishka, and if Varishka's making any deals, if he's seeing any money change hands.
Yeah, certainly. It doesn't take long for you to see Varishka. He appears to be doing a deal with somebody for what looks like metal poles or pipe. They are offloading like a kind of makeshift raft.
Ooh, that could be handy. Oh, they're offloading a raft, you said?
Yeah.
All right. And he's trading for metal pipes or poles? Is that what you said?
It would appear that he is buying the metal poles from them.
Okay. Don't know what that's about. But doesn't look like he's not somebody coming there buying black market guns or something like that, so might be safe to approach. So Janus just puts his hands in his pockets and walks toward the docks, trying to look as amiable as he possibly can. And before he left his apartment, he went into his tiny little kitchenette. He waited till everybody else left before he did this, but he opened up a cabinet under his sink and reached in and under the sink where there's a little piece of tape on the back that he peeled off, dropping a small bottle into his hand. And it's a small, only about yay big, but glass, pretty fine glass actually, flask that has a very strong, intoxicating spirit in it. And Janus actually, this is another feature of his character. He has quality spirits is one of his things. He knows where to find the good stuff. They are +1 quality. So he has this nice bottle of like a whiskey that's in this kind of crystalline flask that he hates to part with it, but if need be, he may be able to use it as a kind of bartering chip. So he's carrying that in his pocket, but he doesn't like the docks. He doesn't like this area. He's been jumped in this area before. He gets a little nervous around here. And before he makes his way, he pulls off to the side and takes out the flask, undoes the stopper, and just smells it a few times. Thinks about sipping it, but just caps it back in and puts it in his jacket. Settles his nerves a little bit. And walks toward Varishka. And as he gets closer, he's keeping his distance and waiting for the deal to conclude. He doesn't want to intrude.
Yeah, as you kind of get a little bit closer, you kind of hear a little bit of the conversation. You hear Varishka kind of saying to these other two individuals. He's going, yes, I need many more of your scaffolding poles. Bring them to me, and I continue to give you good deals and prices on future electronics.
Pricey. He kind of mills about, like, has his hands in his pockets, just kind of like shuffling his feet, doing that awkward thing like when you're waiting like at the fucking like guest services counter at Target, and you're just trying to not, just doing that thing where you're trying to get someone's attention while doing nothing, just like, please notice me, I'm attempting to make eye contact with you right now, waiting to be basically called over, just like.
Lost Finder, yes?
Janus, yes. Lost Finder, correct.
Did you bring me wares?
I have. I have something you might be interested in, and, but by the way, fine morning. Great to see you, Varishka. I do have something you might be interested in, and all I'm looking for is just a bit of, information if you've got it. You trade in that, Varishka?
I trade in many things that make me much money or give me things of interest. What information might you be seeking?
Well, I know by reputation that you deal in some things that are a little more luxury goods, I guess you could say. Maybe even things that are hard to come by due to their advanced age. And I've heard, and I'm sure you've heard, and everyone in the end has heard, that there's that new sinkhole that's opened up, and there's all kinds of good stuff coming out of there. I was curious if you've had any luck.
I have had some, yes. That's why I bought the scaffolding poles.
Yes, if you don't mind my asking, what, I'm not familiar. What are those?
Supports for excavation.
Ah. So are you, leading some excavation into the sinkhole, then?
People are keen to find items. I'm willing to provide opportunity.
I see. Well, that's great. Very enterprising. So who have you been dealing with lately, Vrishka, if you don't mind my asking? Anyone, any big customers have been bringing you stuff from there?
From the sinkhole, it's been very difficult. The wealthy are holding a monopoly on this situation. If they were to go back to their own part of the city, things would be very different.
And are you, have you been selling to the wealthy, Vrishka? These, excavation poles of yours, then?
Verishka sells to everyone.
Hey, I understand that. It's the best kind of entrepreneur. Alright. Well, I'll level with you. There's been some, well, I've heard that there's been some kids that have gone missing down there. It's a terrible tragedy. Their parents are worried sick, and, you know, it's my job. I'm a lost finder. I'm trying to track them down, and the best, easiest way for me to do that is to know who they were working for. So, could you give me a name? Who have you been buying from?
Cavens are very dangerous. You may need scaffolding.
Yeah, I may, and we can certainly negotiate on that, but right now what I need is information. They do look like fine scaffolding poles, and we can certainly talk about that, but what do you got, Vrishka? Can you give me a name?
Francesca Bromley.
Francesca Bromley.
Francesca comes and works from place of studies and universities, keen to find items from the shift.
From the an academic. So this is a archaeological kind of project, then. Am I wrong?
Sorry, could you say that again? I didn't catch that.
Oh, so this is you said it's Francesca. She's an academic. So this is an archaeological sort of study she's doing down in the sinkhole?
They have made such claims. They've made such claims. However, I have not seen the wares they have provided. Those willing to go down into the sinkhole are being rewarded for items they return with.
Well,
I am, however, being excluded from the market.
Why is that? Are you having trouble hearing me, Bob?
Sorry, my audio keeps crashing.
Oh. wish to sniff my decanter right now, but cannot do it in sight of man. You good?
Yeah. I tell you what, I will give you trade.
All ears.
I have spare equipment for digging. I will give you this plus description of Francesca Bromley. If you find items, you sell to me for discount rate.
All right. I'll make that deal. Now, just so I'm clear, Vrishka, are you asking for a monopoly on buying anything I find?
Varishka doesn't answer, just kind of gives this deep, kind of throaty chuckle, and puts a hand out to shake your hand in agreement.
That's not an answer, Varishka.
It is good deal, yes.
I don't mean to be difficult. I just need to be clear on the deal that I'm making. Are you telling me that I can only sell to you?
Providing I have first offer on single item, I accept.
Very good. You got a deal. And since Vrishka already took his hand, he does the, grab his forearm thing to really send it home.
Yep. As you do that, and you feel kind of his thumb and fingers, but you notice that through his glove, a couple of his fingers don't move at all.
Oh.
As your kind of hand touches against kind of the kind of leather of his gloves, you kind of notice that they're kind of softly padded, as if there is no fingers within the glove.
Ah. Well, etiquette dictates don't mention that at all. All right. Square deal, Varishka. So, what can you tell me about this Francesca? What's she look like? Where can I find her? You're muted.
What he does is he gives you this scrunched up piece of paper, and on it is a picture of this group of people, and behind them, and then behind them you can kind of see that they're in some kind of library, and there's three individuals that are there, two men and a woman. The woman is kind of wearing this she's dressed relatively conservatively in a kind of stylized patterned dress, and he kind of points to her and goes, "That is who you look for."
You said university. You know which one she's affiliated with?
The one who they're interested in, the boogeyman,
The boogeyman.
the shifted.
Oh. Interesting. So, a kook. Alright. A kook professor. Mining in a sinkhole with kids. Interesting. Alright, Varishka. Much appreciated. And, I suppose I'll just take those now, those pulls.
Yeah, it kind of goes about, and with a couple of bits of it looks like it's been seaweed that's been used to make rope. It kind of ties off a couple of these poles and gives them to you.
Yeah, Janus bends down to pick him up, and he's old, so he bends from the knees, but he is trying to not look like a wuss in front of this guy because he is like struggling carrying. He's like putting them on his shoulder, just kind of grunting away, and just
With the wrinkles on Varishka's face, Varishka may even be older than you.
That's impressive. That's basically ancient, older than the things that he sells. He just hoists it. All right, Varishka, I'll be in touch if I find anything good in there. And as Janus walks away, he revels in the fact that he never even had to offer his flask. And reaches into his pocket and gives it another sniff and puts it back.
Yeah, you all start making your way. You start making your way back towards the others, and as Jed and Jane are hiding under the market stall covers to make sure that this speaker from above is no longer has a visual of them, you see Pen first walking into the marketplace with a mass of these rubber waders.
I'm just gonna like motion him like quickly come over here.
I got some rubber boots cause I'm gonna be walking through poop and I need to cover up my foot because I don't want water poop on me. And he stops dead in his tracks, looks over at them hiding underneath the stall. I'm like,
Come on. Just come over here. Come on.
he waddles over. It's like the boots make like as he walks over.
We need hand signals.
Maybe we don't actually. We're all under this thing now, right? Okay.
Oh yeah, like Pen like scurries underneath it. Why are we under here? I thought this was my thing. This is not your thing. Don't step on my toes.
Before we talk about that, just for your reference, this means come here.
Got it. Cool. Okay, so but why are we hiding underneath here? What's going on?
So you've seen any of those weird like loudspeaker thingies flying around?
The balloons?
Yeah.
I mean the balloons that have been sent here by the government to kick us out of Mire End so they can gentrify it?
Yeah, that's why we're under some cover, because they're weirdly following
What do you mean they're following?
us. This makes me sound like paranoid, but they're following us, just like repeating the same message over and over again, and it's really loud and annoying, and I wanted them to stop following us, so we came under here. And also, this just so happens to be where our lead on the missing children has taken us to, because it always comes back to this market with missing kids and this group of people, so it's like waiting for Janus to get here, and then I'm sure we'll be able to do some asking around again. But you got them. That's good.
Well, yeah, I got the boots. So here they are, and he like holds up he like divvies out like the pairs of boots. Still has one left for Janus.
These are nice.
I know they're really nice boots, but they're kind of big on me. And he points at the top of the boot goes like a little bit higher than his knees. So, Jane, can you use your cool knife to cut these boots a little bit shorter for me?
You do know what this thing is for, right?
cutting things and stabbing things.
Yeah, but do you know specifically? You know what?
Yeah, I do. But I mean, that's what you do. I mean, look. Yeah, Jane stabs and cuts people. Yeah, sure. That's part of her. That's part of her whole like talent suite. I mean, it doesn't define you.
Okay, let's not have this conversation right now. I will take care of your boots and cut them to pieces as you wish, but I'm not going to do it right here because if I pull this thing out in the middle of a crowded marketplace, that would be a terrible idea.
Oh no, I was not expecting that because
Okay, good.
boy,
As
I would
no,
have been.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
As long as we're in agreement on that, yes, I will make sure your boots get fixed.
Yeah, I just need to make sure these are fixed before we do this because
we can work with that.
Yeah, because Penn can't work if Penn can't bend his knees.
Okay.
So are we waiting for Janus or something? He like pokes his head out.
Yeah.
From underneath the blanket.
And as you're talking and interacting, from the other side of the market, you kind of hear this metal on metal clang, 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 as Janus has misjudged the size of these scaffolding poles and kind of turned around into the market, clanging the sides of them off of stalls.
Oh God!
Oh my gosh!
This is describing some of my worst days at work when I worked at a public market.
Subtle.
Cruise ship passenger comes through with awkward luggage. Clang, clang.
Yeah. Like Penn sticks his head out from underneath the blanket, so you just see his head, and he's just staring at Janus, just doing this. He has like this look of like,
oh honey.
Oh.
Janus has clanged them off the market stalls. Bless your heart. He's clanged them off the market stalls, and then you said the ropes made it just like fucking seaweed, and the force of it breaks the rope, and he drops them, and they dong, 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 just clatter, like dropping like a whole bag of golf clubs on the ground. And Janus, because Janus is in his late 40s, I picture he totally does that dad thing, where he just puts his hands on his hips and just looks like, that's. Looking around embarrassed, like everybody saw that.
Does he do the dad grunt noise?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn it.
This is far too realistic. I'm gonna go over and help him pick up the scaffolding.
He looks. Whoever's the first person to walk, like random passerby to walk by, he's just like heavier than they look. Yeah. Yeah.
That's such a dad thing.
I hate how realistic this is.
And it's probably saying something like, Monday's right.
Hey, it's not the heat that gets you, it's the humidity. Am I right? Yeah.
I'm picking up the scaffolding.
Pen.
Yeah, I head out to help pick up.
And we have to help him.
As you come over, he does have that flashback out. And he's in a mood and just taking a whiff off of this thing. And I don't know who's the first person to come up to him, but...
You find that?
Huh? And just puts the stopper in it and puts it in his jacket.
It looks fancy. I just was wondering if you had found it.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked to, I don't know if you know Varishka, but the dealer.
Yeah.
He's got a whole bunch of stuff that's come out of that sinkhole lately, and we made a little deal for some information, and he gave me that to sweeten the pot a little bit. It's a fair deal. We just have to, if we find anything down there, give him first offer on buying it. So I could live with that.
Funny, we got kind of a similar offer from somebody else.
Yeah,
We didn't say yes, though. Said he was working alongside the, what was it called again? Longshore University? Did you know any of
I don't know
that
much
stuff
about Longshore University, but I suspect that probably fits the description of a university full of people who investigate boogeymen.
Yeah, that's what I was totally thinking too.
Were you, Penn? Were you?
I thought it was moles. Mole
No.
people.
Well, I thought thought Longshore University was a university for people who wanted to be sailors. And
That would make more sense, wouldn't it?
Yep.
it just sounded like that, and I just didn't want to think I didn't know what I was talking about, so I disagreed with you guys.
It's okay.
You're fine, buddy.
Yeah.
But if you really want to win my favor, could you help me carry these poles, please?
Yeah. Oh, Janus. He picks up.
My-
He gives you the boots though. First, here's
Ooh.
your rubber boots.
Nice. Those are good.
Yeah.
Are these my size?
Well, they're industrial rubber boots. I mean, they're one size fits all.
Yeah, I got wide
So
feet.
you just wear them overneath your shoes.
All right, that'll do. Thanks, bud. And these are, well, a piece of equipment I didn't know existed before this afternoon, but these are excavation poles.
I was going to ask why you had so many of them and where they came from, but this tracks.
Also, Varishka. Varishka clearly was excited for us to go down into that sinkhole because he's having trouble, apparently, getting a hold of stuff from there. So he
Yeah.
wants us to go down. If we find anything, sell it to him. He gave me some information. I got a name.
Oh, that's one step. But what kind of stuff is he expecting us to find down there that they want us to sell to them?
Who knows? I haven't heard a whole lot of rumor about what's down there, but I mean, it's a sinkhole. It's underground. There could be stuff. I mean, centuries old down there,
I
possibly.
mean, what could be down there, especially if like so many of like these different groups are making their way down there? It's probably like some straight up relics.
Yeah, could be.
Maybe like pre all of this relics.
And hey, if we do find anything down there, we sell it to Varishka. That's money in our pockets.
A lot of money, too.
Architect knows we could use it.
That's true.
So, we are going to save some kids, and we're treasure hunting, my friends.
Speaking of, they were apparently last seen around this area with a kind of an older boy, and I'll give him the description of what the kid looks like. Not really sure who that could be, but he seemed kind of disheveled, upset even for here. So, looking
Shady.
around for
Probably.
3 little kids following around one slightly older, more messed up kid.
I haven't heard anything about a kid, but I heard, and
A teenager, really, but you know.
even so, I have heard he reaches into his pocket. Have you heard any tell of anyone matching that description? And he shows you the picture.
The Francesca picture?
Francesca. Yeah.
I don't think we have, right? Have we?
When you look at the picture, you recognize the woman that's there. She was one of the ones that was really well dressed out at the sinkhole.
Oh.
Mm.
Yep. She was there, all right. Didn't talk to her, but she was there.
No, there was a whole group of them there.
Mm.
Fancy shirts and
And they're just approaching some of
non-mud
these,
stained boots.
and they're like approaching some of these kids here in this area and scooping them up for this work down the hole.
That's,
Yeah, it seems like everybody really wants what's down there, but nobody actually wants to go pick it up themselves, which is usually where children come in.
And
Yeah.
usually how the rich work.
I mean,
Yeah,
I've done stuff like that before.
with you there,
Yeah.
though, Jed. The rich never want to work a real honest day's work. So they get kids to do it, of course.
Yep.
Well, anyway, this one here, the woman I guess you saw, this is Francesca Bromley from what I got. She's some kind of academic. And Varishka just said some kind of weird university where they study the shifted.
What?
What?
You made a face. It was weird. You made a face when you said the shifted. It was weird. Why'd you do that?
Because it's weird.
But you saying that you don't believe that that's actually down there?
I'm much more quick to believe that there are actually mole people down there than that there are shifted down there.
Mm.
And what's the other thing Penn said about that birds aren't real? I'm quicker to believe that.
They're not real, but we won't go on.
Also, Jed said that there's some merit to that. So
We're gonna have to just have a talk about evidence and things at some point, I think, as a group.
you said that it's the closest to being true. That's all I'm saying.
Today.
Bottle episode, journalistic ethics seminar.
Journalistic standards. God.
AKA Penn does a whole lot of shit posting.
Yeah, so maybe we can look around and see if we can keep on the trail of these kids, and if not, I guess maybe we're going down into the hole.
It's an idea, but why don't we use me as bait?
Not
Pendleton,
again.
No? How about
we're
no?
not doing
No,
that.
but I mean, look. If they are looking for people like me to do this job,
Oh, I hate it when you say things like that that actually sound kind of reasonable.
because
We're all-
I get it. I get it, and I know I said it myself that I'm looking to take less big risks,
So,
but in a situation like this, it kind of makes sense that I act myself as bait so they can come look for me and ask me to do this work.
okay.
We can only do this under one condition, though, from me at least. I don't know what the other two have to say about
Oh, I've
this,
got
but
a few.
They're also,
But you go
Yeah.
first.
you're not going by yourself.
Fair.
They said that they were looking for ghost fighter work down there, too.
Jane.
Yeah, I mean, Jane is like
I
prime
don't
contract in
mean
this.
I don't mean that I'd actually do it, but
Well, what are you
if
gonna?
that's how we get down there, nobody else here works for a university.
You should have seen the way they were looking at her, Janus. I mean, Jane is like fresh meat.
Yeah, it was something.
That.
You can't go by yourself, though.
Okay. Couple things. One, if Penn goes down there, or even if the both of you go down there together, how are we gonna find you? It's not like we can put some kind of tracking device on you or something like that. You may go down there, get in some big, deep mine shaft, and then we won't be able to find you. Buried under, if a tunnel caves in or something, we'll never know where you are. Second, Jane, as far as your ruse goes, of playing along with their demands for a ghost fighter, if the time does come when they actually need you to step up and do something, what are you going to do? You're not fully healed yet. You're going to get yourself killed. Please back me up on this, Jad.
Not if we're all down there together. Hear me out.
Thank you.
Hear me out. Just for a second. Penn goes in. Exactly what they're looking for. Jane goes in as his backup. Also exactly what they're looking for. Gets the job. Takes it. Heads down into the hole. Just right off where they can't see anybody. Waits. These people got to sleep eventually, right? They come back up, get the two of us geared up. We all go down together.
Besides, everything underground is, well, I mean, it's been a while, but it's pretty much connected to everything else underground. I mostly remember how to get around down there. So,
If we can hook up easily, the four of us, Jane will at least have an idea where we're going. Penn got all these boots.
I know Penn got all the boots. What are we supposed to do, though, Jed? I mean, how are we going to get down? Just independent contractors going down there on our lonesome?
But we'll wait. Like I said, these people gotta sleep eventually. We'll wait till there's not that many people around.
Besides, they already think Jed's my agent anyway, so
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
all we
well,
need is something. Yeah.
Yeah, I
We'll
mean,
make our way in.
yeah. So that's right there, a bit of an in for Jed. We just gotta work for you.
You're with me. I'll wait until there are fewer eyes around. We walk in like we're supposed to be there. That's what I do 90% of the time. We walk in like we're supposed to be there. If anybody questions me, I'm your agent too.
My agent? What's an old shit
It's-
like me? I guess details aren't important. I know.
You have a very particular set of skills.
It's actually true.
Also, you could just say you're an archaeologist.
This could really work.
I do have. Wait a minute. Hold on. And Janus gets this, like. He's enjoying the fact that he just had an idea that he thinks is clever. Because this doesn't happen to him that often. I have these.
You thought picking up the scaffolding was clever. It was decidedly less
was
than
not.
clever after all.
I have. He reaches into his bag. Again, another thing on Janus's actual character sheet. He actually has like a set of like, what do they call them? Investigation kit, magnifying glass, fine tools. So I'm gonna say that's almost like a kind of like archaeologist type setup.
I mean, he also has the scaffolding, so he could just say that's all part of his equipment.
I've got the scaffolding. Got these boots. I have my investigation tools. I've got a lab coat back at my apartment. Dr. Janus. Professor Janus, excuse me. Okay. Alright. That could work. And Jed, you will be my archaeological assistant.
Sure.
Hey, you can play any part.
I try.
Alright. This almost sounds fun. God, why does this sound fun? This shouldn't be fun.
Every plan I make is fun.
Just leans over to Penn. I told you he'd come around.
I high five. I high five Jed.
All I need is just, Ooh, Jed. If we can use your printing press, think we can make up some kind of fake credentials?
Yeah. Yeah, I think we got space for that. As long as you can tell me how to spell them. I can make them look great.
No, don't
I
worry.
could even get a little work done on the roof. You two do that, and I can, at least hammer some planks over the thing or something.
Yeah, Jed, can I
Actually-
do that? Can I finally do that, please?
That would probably speed up the process. We're losing a lot of paper due to it getting sort of damp.
Yeah. All right.
Water rained into my breakfast the other day, just saying.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, it was rough.
I still ate
It
it.
made the beans a little too salty.
Oh, the water is salty from the rain? What is up with the rain here?
The rain is not healthy,
You're
Janus.
drinking acid rain in your Cheerios.
Nothing here is good, rain included.
Oh, God. All right.
So with that, Janus has got a bit of a plan in terms of items that he's looking to take with him. The scaffolding is bulky, so will count towards a double item in
Okay.
your inventory. Is there anything particular that people want to take with them? Any additional items that you don't normally carry on your person, for example, that you want to bring with you? Back to the sinkhole.
I think actually only thing I would be bringing is the rubber boots because I have climbing equipment already. So I have climbing equipment. I have a flashlight.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm already
Um,
set equipment wise.
Just gonna make sure to bring my medical kit just in case.
Smart.
Yeah, I think with the waders and stuff, a lamp and some climbing gear should do it for Jane, which I already have. So
And I have a mess kit. I don't know if we're gonna actually need that, but damn it, we're making beans when we're underground.
Jed, did you say you have a med kit? Is it a
do.
first aid kit?
It is a fine medical kit.
Oh, wow. That's
Wow.
That's really
well,
good.
I would like to contribute my shitty infection kit. Because it's not fine, but it'll get the job done. So
Yeah, so mine is a combined first aid and infections kit.
oh, never mind then. I don't need to bring that.
But well,
Just
extra.
kidding. Okay,
Extra
that's
stuff.
true. That's true. Yeah, let's bring an extra infection kit. Just there's a lot of stuff growing on the walls. Try
Yeah.
not to touch that. That can end really, really badly.
Fair enough.
I've heard some of those mushrooms are actually pretty good. If you know
Depends
how
on
to
what
pick out
you're looking for.
if you know how to pick out the good ones, and that's the trick. A lot of the good ones tend to look like a lot of the poisonous ones. You gotta be careful. The only other thing I'd bring, I'm gonna leave behind, since the poles are a double item. Leave behind. I have a map of the city, which I won't take with me because I don't think it's gonna be helpful. It's not gonna cover the underground. And I'm gonna leave behind my. Oh no. I'm gonna take this lab coat I just made up with me, but in order to have space, I'm gonna leave behind my quality spirits. He's not gonna take his flask with him. So Janus is gonna tuck that back under the sink, back at his apartment, and break his lab
Right.
coat out of storage.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, you all make your way back to try and fulfill this ruse of Dr. Janus Cryptish with the lab coat led by Jed swaying things as everybody's agent. As you get back to Barrack Way and into the main street, you kind of notice that there's one of the buildings that's there next to near the sinkhole. Has had some. You didn't notice them before when you were here. Has had some modifications to it. It's had a gate fitted to the front of the tenement. This wrought iron gate. And it's been fitted and to the tenement so that there's one way in, one way out, and it's through that door, through that gate. And sitting next to it in a chair with his feet propped up on the stool is Lucian, looking on as you come over, and as you're making your way. So it would appear that you've decided to potentially take us up on that offer.
It would appear that way. Lucian? Crew? Lucian?
Charmed, I'm sure.
So, you're a gate guard now, or?
The big thinkers, they need their rest. So they're gonna rest and I'll just keep watch.
Fair enough. Well, they are the ones who make the big bucks, so.
Like-
I
Okay.
had some familiar faces come by recently. I believe they were talking about you, Ghost Fighter. Heard that you and a group you're associated with caused some problems for the Holer Gang. Is that true?
A lot of people talk about me.
Well, if it is the case that it is about you, I hear that you and your friends are incredibly skilled. That
I am very-
sinkhole could be incredibly profitable for you all.
So can we go in?
Certainly nothing's stopping you. Just remember who's going to give you the best prices on anything of interest that you find. Oh, and I hear there's somewhat of a fungal spore problem down there. Might be best covering up.
We'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Always a pleasure. Especially if you didn't see us around here. Yeah?
You didn't see anything.
I'm sure I can manage that. For anyone who can manage to piss off the Holler gang. And as he smiles, you see the kind of the kind of tension in some of the scars near his mouth kind of stretch as he smiles a little bit. He seems to take quite a bit of enjoyment out of somebody screwing with the Holler gang.
This I can work with. I don't like it, but I can work with it. I'm just thinking that to myself.
Well, Lucian, see you soon.
He nods. And as you make your way towards the sinkhole, you can hear the kind of rushing water as water from the street trickles down into it. And as it does, you see it hitting this mossy, fungal-covered floor down at the bottom, puffing up an effervescent load of spore into the air. A couple of makeshift ladders wait for you to gain entry down to that ground floor within the sinkhole. Makeshift made out of scaffolding poles, some tough hempen rope. And as you look down, you see not just a sinkhole, but what appears to be another opening. And there's a light there, flickering. Not a familiar light. Certainly not a dog fat candle. And it's not an oil lamp. It's almost, the way it flickers, reminds you almost like of a TV. Could that be an electric light still working in the sewers of Mire End? I suppose we'll have to find out in the next episode.
Man, let me tell you.
I love the world of Estate where we're just like, an electric light bulb. My God.
Filaments? What?
Filaments?
Incandescent glass?
Light emitting diodes?
Alternating currents?
Aghast!
I just imagine that was what all of the archaeologists said when they went down here like several hours in advance of us. Gads!
I mean, it does make sense. Our GM is bulb.
Bulb.
Oh my God.
Is that a flickering light? No, it's just a Scotsman.
The bulb just waves from down the hall.
Yeah, check out this hardcore cosplay. Ready? Janus. Dr. Janus.
Oh my God, who is that man?
And he's like, Jax, where'd you go?
He's practically invisible.
Why do I feel like Penn doesn't have object permanence?
Oh, he doesn't. He does not.
He never
only
developed
has- he
object
only-
permanence.
That's why he wants to steal things, so he can hold them in his hands and know that they're still there.
It totally makes sense too.
Penn
She
never-
just looks exactly the same all the time, exactly the same.
Very distressed by the different classes, like,
I don't.
Him, like just standing there looking all like, stranger.
Oh no!
Oh my
When you were in the hospital in the vignettes and you said that Janus walked in 5 times, it's because you kept looking away. You just don't have object permanence.
Why is this so sad? I'm crying laughing.
But so real at the same time, though.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh.
That was always like a hell thing I used to imagine, like just from taking like psych in college and learning about these things of like if you were all of a sudden at, you know, whatever age you are, just to lose object permanence, your world would be
That
horrifying.
would be horrifying.
It
Yeah.
is, yeah.
Oh my god. Heaven forbid I've ever played peekaboo with with Pendleton. Oh no.
Like that ever happens, Penn is just like, the fuck, punch in the nose.
Where did he go? Oh my god. So good. So good.
That was so much fun, y'all. Like, I've been wanting to play this game for 3 months, and we finally did it.
The band's back together, fam.
Yay!
better than ever.
It was
Ah.
so much fun.
We're running schemes. We're using fucking costumes. We're
Jane
lying
let
to
me
people.
tell so many lies.
Told so many
Yeah.
things.
I'm gonna have to apologize for all of those later, huh?
Prefers the word atone, but yes.
One thing at a time.
We'll
Sure.
talk about it.
Let's do this in a more formal sense. Let us go around and, as is tradition, discuss what was your favorite bit of the evening. And I would like to start with the illustrious GM, who just took us on a journey from tent poles to electric lights. Good to have you back, Bulb. That he says both to the in-story Bulb and his GM. It is that was super fun. What was your favorite bit of the evening?
Oh, it was. I had to say I quite enjoyed having the idea of having a ghost fighter and their agent trying to negotiate terms for going down a sinkhole. I thought that was quite fun.
Yeah, I didn't expect that one. But I could see why a ghost fighter would be helpful down there. Who knows what goes bump in the night, and also probably people's trying to. Where Janus's brain would go and where my brain goes is like just people trying to jack your shit, like trying to steal anything you find. You might need some muscle to defend you, but also might be weird shifted and shit down there. So there's that. Yeah, that was great. I love Agent Agent Jed. Awesome. Let's go above me to Wally.
Oh boy. Oh man. What was my favorite moment of this session? I have to say Janus coming up with that top tier plan of I take off my shades and I put on my glasses and I'm a completely different person. It's such
It's so
a great plan because also with Jed saying to Penn, I told you he would come around to it later. It's like a legit Jed and Penn had this plan already in the works and they were waiting for the right moment to say it.
I feel like I almost feel like it was one of those moments where they're like treating Janus in such a way that's like, okay, he'll agree to it, but we just have to make him think it was his idea.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going for.
It really, yeah.
We have to allow him to play dress up for him to concede to the plan.
It's like if there was an actor playing Janus, it would definitely oh man.
I mean, there is an actor playing Janus.
Oh yeah, there is an actor playing Janus.
What do you mean, if there was an
There
actor?
That's how good you are.
That's how good you are.
Yeah.
Indistinguishable.
It's like
I am
you
Janus.
both nail it, but it's like you both have this H. John Benjamin level of delivery of just deadpanness of like, oh god, why? You do. You both
Yeah.
nail it like so well of like you have this deadpan reaction, but you can feel the exasperation and annoyance that Janus is going through.
Rex just said Colin is secretly a 40-year-old dad, and I think by the quality level of my dadness after dropping the tent poles, I have reason to believe that I might actually be a secret 40-year-old dad.
Oh my gosh, that was just all of that. Janus being going hard at dad, just like stopping, like and like looking at people past, like, yeah, am I right? Huh.
That whole like stealth scene throughout the market after we escaped from the weird propaganda machine, and then like just knowing in time right when that picks back up with ping, bing, like, high touch, that was my favorite part of the whole thing. There were so many other good moments, but that was my favorite part.
Clang! Janus
Oh,
is
man, it
many
was.
things, but he's not graceful. That is definitely not one of his strong suits.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of Janus's dad moments now, and like, all we ever eat is like fucking beans, but heaven forbid we ever get a grill.
Oh god. Heaven forbid the place that's their headquarters doesn't have a thermostat.
Oh, don't you dare touch that
Don't
shit.
touch it.
How dare you, Pen? Don't you touch the fucking
I like the
thermostat.
fact that you automatically said Pen, not Jane, not Jane.
No, Pen. It's Pen.
Don't touch it.
Pen's probably one of those kids that wants to be like fucking like 90 goddamn degrees all the time. We don't have money for that, okay? You're just burning money, Pen. And then you got a window open too. What are you trying to heat the outside?
There it is.
Oh my god,
There
that
it is.
was me
And then you
right
always
before
leave the
this
window
scene
open,
started.
Pendleton.
I swear to God, I just had that exact conversation, and I said, "Are we heating the great outdoors?" And then slammed the door shut.
It's
Pendleton,
definitely-
listen to me. You have to close the window. We are not paying to shut the whole outdoor.
It's definitely one part Jed and one part Janus yelling at him about Pen. The AC is a luxury.
It is a privilege, not a right, and it can be taken away, young man.
If you want to be warm, you go out and you chop your firewood and you come back and you light a fire, okay?
Get your blood flowing. That'll do. Yeah, there you go.
We are not leaving the windows open all the time.
Yeah, what?
Cold, we can. You're hot. You can do some chores. That will warm you up.
There you go. And you left the door open again. Were you raised in a bond?
Oh my gosh.
Well, it sounds like you want to be warm. You kitchen.
You know what? For you, no salt on the beans tonight. None.
Just beans.
Just beans.
And the Saturday mornings when Jed plays like old timey music, that's how he knows he has to clean up the house. So he like pretends he's asleep in his room.
I don't know who this character is.
I don't know. This is. Find a way
I don't know,
though.
But I'm really happy.
If Jed gets killed off, we get Jed's like.
Don't you dare.
You're
Jed's
gonna get a Long Island.
Long Island. Jed's
No,
Long Island
absolutely
brother.
not.
Pendleton. I'm
Pendleton.
not asking you again. Close the window and lock it this time.
Thank you. He
Were-
never
were-
locks
were
it.
we doing outros?
We were just
I was going to.
talking about our favorite
I was gonna
parts,
go
I
over to.
think.
I was gonna go over to Anna. What was your favorite bit? You mentioned the clangy poles. But
Yes,
anything else?
The whole stealth scene
Mm.
from "We're gonna be so cool and evade the propaganda machine" to was that was my favorite part. Some of the other things though that I really enjoyed, like, you know, is the danger, because those are the things where I'm just like, there are just little breadcrumbs that Bulb dropped, and I'm just like, oh, here comes some of those knives that I handed you, like a chopping block full of knives.
Did you just use the
That's
word Janger?
Hmm?
Did you
No.
use the word Janger? Because now I like that.
You
No,
totally
but
should use that.
we
That's
use
what I
Janger.
heard.
That's a
I heard
fun name.
Janger, and now I
No.
like that.
Oh, I am here for Janger.
Yep.
Okay.
You're
I
in
mean,
Janger.
Jane's never actually gonna say that because that would be weird. But yeah.
Oh.
Definitely something
No,
Pen has
just like
said.
some of the danger that we're coming up on, and some of the things that I know out of character and also kind of in character that we're gonna find down there. I'm excited, but I'm also scared.
Well,
but I'm excited.
at least
But
my
I'm
ex-wife's not down there, huh?
scared. Hey.
No, because she's not welcome in this house.
What is this character?
I don't know, but I can't stop. I think I'm.
The Long Island. The Long Island. Once it gets in there, you can't get it out, man.
Turn it off.
I'm
I don't
just
know.
waiting for you to go. You never call.
You never call.
Pendleton! I am so glad to finally hear from you. You never call me.
And by the way, Pen, when are you gonna find a nice girl, huh?
Come on! I'm stealing stuff from
And
my
listen,
friends.
no, listen, Pendleton. It doesn't have to be a girl. It can be anybody.
No, it's
Ma,
modern
Ma,
times,
gonna
Pendleton.
support
You
you
have
as
your
long as you-
options.
As long as you come home, you make sure you close the windows, you mop the floor on occasion.
Ma, just let me go out and just steal stuff from my friends. That's all I'm doing.
Listen, I'm gonna look the other way, but you know what? As long as there are beans on the table, Pendleton, honey, you do what you want.
I still really want beans. That whole scene, I was like, but this is actually really good, and now I want them.
Beans and salt.
I would
There's
eat some beans.
There's totally an
So
Uncle
hard right now.
Joey that they refer to all the time, saying, we don't want you to be like your Uncle Joey.
Oh, no. You want to wind up like your Uncle Joey, huh? Doing time on Rikers Island? That's what you want? Savvy, I've got to ask you your favorite moment. I'm afraid what I'm going to hear. Which am I going to get Savvy, Long Island Lisa, or Jed? I don't know what's about to come out of you. Let's find out.
You don't know. I'm sorry, I'm being a nuisance. No, my favorite moment was Pendleton with the boots.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole scene was great, and obviously, Conspiracy Theory Pen is my absolute favorite. And so that leading up to the boots was just choice. And I really enjoyed that a lot. Thought it was a great piece of RP, and I really enjoyed it.
What's funny is Conspiracy Pen is a new thing that was like born in the vignettes that didn't really happen in the one shot. That's a new thing.
I think it really grew from how I realized, oh, he hangs out with Jed all the time, and Jed has definitely sparked this conspiracy theorist in him.
Yeah, Jed is probably sparked it, and also is probably fostering it behind the scenes, like not like actively like, oh yeah, definitely aliens, but like it's sort of behind the scenes, like, oh, tell me more. Oh, do you have what made you think it was mole people?
It was definitely, it started one day where Jed just said, you know, we never really see enough birds around here, and then she just walked away, and Penn was just like, we don't see enough birds around here.
Oh no. Jed was just like, think about it. Walk away.
Oh, you did not just, you just brought in some Phoebe into this?
Didn't know I'd done it.
I would love a reskin of a Phoebe that's like Long Island Phoebe.
Future one-shot ideas. Future one-shot ideas.
Out there.
Yeah.
Let me think about it.
I would totally do. Oh my god, it's.
You said once per episode. That was twice in 30 seconds. It's okay.
Listen, the episode's over, honey. I can do whatever I want.
Do it. I knew that would bring that voice back. Okay.
I actually have had this really wild.
This again.
I've had this really wild concept of getting together people who've from shows that I like or shows I've been on or one shots we've done. Of just like revive characters from a bunch of different shit and mash them up into one game.
God, that would be
amazing.
great. That would be great.
I would love that.
Boy.
A weird character all-stars kind of thing.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Like an all-star game.
Exactly like an all-star game.
Yeah, it would be an all-star game.
I prefer the crossover event of the season, but yes, all-star game will do as well.
You mean the summer comics crossover event of the century?
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what I mean.
So much.
Yeah, that's basically what that is.
Sword of Jakai?
Sword of Jakai. Okay, we gotta get it back together, people. We need to end the stream.
Yeah.
We're professionals.
Somehow.
We are professionals.
Professional
Bulb is just
streamers.
over here like, what
I know. Like, it's very late where
What
he
have I
is.
done?
We need to save ourselves from this madness.
Professional streamers. Okay, now for the actual outro session. So, tell the folks out there watching where you can be seen in the weeks to come, and let us begin again with illustrious GM Bulb.
I'm Bulb. I'm still Bulb. I can be found in Discord as Bulb, or you can find me in Twitch or in Twitter as @Mr. L Bulbo.
got anything else going on right now, buddy? Or this is where the folks can see you in the weeks to come?
This is where people can find me because currently A-State is my life.
Hell yeah. Love to hear it. Get you a GM like that, folks. Wally.
I should unmute. What's up, y'all? It's your boy, Wally. You can find me on Twitter at Wally132, WALLE132, just like a cute little Disney robot. Oh, boy. What have I coming up this week?
Or weeks.
Yeah. I have, so let's see. Tuesday, nothing. Next coming up a couple of days, I really don't have much going on. I have secret stuff working on in the works I cannot wait to talk about eventually. Thursday, though, I actually not doing anything I really announced, but Thursday, not this coming Thursday, not next coming Thursday, but very soon.
Thursday.
A Thursday, another listing for the Magpie curated game for my second Mask game will be up on Magpie's curated games. It will be the second game I'm running, so it's $24 a slot. There are 4 slots. Once the announcement for the game comes up, I will post it on my Twitter. I'll also post it on a lot of the Discords I follow, so you guys can sign up and join in and sit with me as I run a game with you guys.
Yes.
Fridays, I will be at 2 p.m. Eastern. I am playing Lancer with this delightful person right here, Anna, over there at Vladimир's channel. We're playing Lancer. Lancer is so much fun, y'all.
Fucking mechs, man.
It's crunchy as heck, but it's so much fun. It is a lot of fun. I am having an utter delight playing. I love the group that I'm playing with. We just like lean so hard into the anime tropes. It's wonderful.
Yes.
And then also starting this week, at 8 p.m. Eastern, over at the Nomadic channel, I will be taking part in Ursa Majors. It is a Starfinder All Awakened Bear campaign in Starfinder that we're running, where we play a bunch of uplifted bears who are searching the cosmos, trying to figure out the origin of why all bears in this galaxy are suddenly awakened with telepathic abilities. It is not Honey Heist. We are taking this super serious.
Decidedly not Honey Heist.
Yeah, we are taking this super serious. It's like a serious space opera, y'all. And then on every other Sunday, which is this coming Sunday, I am over at the Killer DM playing Masks in Sunset City. And it's so much fun. Oh boy, did we leave on a cliffhanger. We split the party in the worst possible ways. So, yeah.
Hey,
let's see how that turns out.
One day I'm going to get tattooed across my back, split the party, you cowards.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I am here for
doing
it.
That. I love splitting the party for
Always
good dramatic
split the party.
reasons. Oh my god, I love it. Like, I would, if I could, I would totally run like a D&D game where it ended up this party split it up, and I would have to run 2 separate sessions. I would love to do something like that.
I'd do that.
I would totally do something.
Hey, and I'm going to plug with you there, buddy, because on February 21st, I'm going to be with you on that game.
Yes. We have Collins back in our game, and I'm so excited because also the fact that our characters are like best friends. Too.
Oh, best friends.
That's the best part is because our characters are so close.
I've had the balaclava sitting in my desk drawer here, just ready to go.
So excited. And then Monday, I am back here playing A-State, which is just so much fun.
All right, dude.
Oh, hey, that's me. I'm Anna. You can find me at Nymeria941, which I believe is also on the screen somewhere. Most places on the internet where I care to be found. And there are other secret places, which you will not yet know. What do I have going on in addition to this show? Well, this is an exciting thing because now it's actually official and public is that I am going to be a GM of Zweihander for a charity game series benefiting Jasper's Game Day, which does teen suicide prevention work. And we are auctioning off 2 seats at my table. So if you would like to play Zweihander with me as the GM, it is absolutely beginner friendly. The bidding is now currently sitting at around $25 per seat. It's in my pinned tweet.
Bargain.
So if you want to do that, all of the money goes to an amazing organization. It's for a great cause, and we're just gonna have some really fun, grim, perilous, maybe thirsty. We'll see about that. Zweihander times. Additionally, what are my other games this week? As Wally mentioned, Lancer, which is at 2 p.m. Eastern on Fridays on Valdrian's channel. And just a couple short hours after that, over on Critical Misses, I will be playing Agnieszka, the Grendel Bard, in our Zweihander game Beyond the Twilight Road, the dark fae fantasy bullshit. And there may or may not be some new original music for the campaign coming this week. So if that sounds interesting to you, check that out. And that's pretty much what I have going on now. Going to be GMing and playing in a couple games on Weave the Tale next month, but that's pretty much where you can find me now.
Sweet. When you say new original music, by who?
Someone who is sitting at this table right now. It's by me.
Is
I wrote
it-
another song.
Is it me?
I don't know.
You write music.
Oh, it's just me? What am I doing when I sleep?
Yeah, no, it's by me. It's by me. I've written a song for the previous campaign that Colin actually played in, Wild and Chaotic, that's set in the same world. It's created by Tom Grant,
right,
who's our GM. And yeah, it's set in the same world, but different, like 100 years later, and then some of the same things are popping up. So
Yeah, Tom loves to do that Tom loves that shared universe thing. He's been doing that in so many games now. Yeah.
Yeah. And now they all have songs, so far anyway.
Dope.
Yeah.
All right. And last, never least, Savvy.
That's me. Hello. I am Savvy. I'm at Savvy Seaworth on Twitter, where you can find my schedule posted and all of the many things that I'm doing, because starting a couple of days ago for the next 6 weeks or so, I'm on the internet every day.
So you're doing that again, huh?
I'm doing that again.
We're back to that? All right.
We're back to that, but in a shorter burst. Yeah, you can find me most of the time at twitch.tv/game nights. That's game with 2 G's for good game and nights with a K. I run a couple of games over there every Sunday. I run a game of Monster of the Week. It's been going for almost 2 years, which is unfathomable to me. It's called Slang 101, and it's really great. It's got a great cast of characters and players, many of which you have probably seen before. I'm also currently running every other Tuesday a game of a tabletop game that is currently in beta. It's called Land of Eam. It is it's like if D&D were Muppets. And I feel like that's the best description I can give. It's this great little tabletop game based on a graphic novel series called Rickety Stitch. It is wholesome. It is fun. You can play as all types of folks, including skeletons, including oozes, including goblins and wugs and all kinds of stuff. It's wholesome and great and fun. And we're starting that every other Tuesday. So I'm going to run it. It's going to be silly and great. Yeah, if you like the Rickety Stitch guys, coming out with us. And then in the meantime, I play on a lot of games. We played D&D. We've been playing a couple of other games at this point. On Fridays, we play Cypher, which is very fun. And then on Wednesdays for the next 3 weeks, I'll be on twitch.tv/lbhackemup, playing, finally, for the first time in my life after running it for 2 years, Monster of the Week.
Yay! At long last.
At long last, I finally get to play it. I'm playing a monstrous, and she's a dryad tree lady, and is very wholesome and wonderful. And her partner is a pararomantic. So come hang out with me on Wednesday nights. That's at 8:30 on LB Hackmap's channel.
Can I suggest a corn dryad? It's a whole thing. Trust me.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm always open to suggestions.
Okay. Just throwing it out there.
I think that's it.
Oh, I see Flounder's in chat. That's where when I played Monster of the Week with Flounder, his character was enthralled to a literal corn dryad, a dryad made of corn stalks.
Well, I do also run Monster of the Week, so let me just write that down.
Yoink.
Over here.
That's all yours.
In
And
my
geez.
notes. Yeah, I'm on the internet every single day. Tweet me.
Ain't it the truth? And you may also tweet me if you like. Hi, I'm Colin. This Colinomicon everywhere that matters, and this is my channel. You may follow me on Twitter if you wish. I just dropped the link to my Twitter in the chat there. If you enjoyed what you saw, and I do hope you did, you can catch up on everything on YouTube. I just dropped a link for that in there. Find all of the VODs. I confess I am behind on uploads, but I have them all. They're not going anywhere. They're all going to get up there. I just get really hung up on writing those synopses. It always, whatever. So all of those are there. Please, if you enjoy what you saw, please follow, subscribe, all of that crap. This is the part where terrible people say something like, smash that subscribe button. But what I will say is that if... I did the wrong command. If you do choose to subscribe, and I do hope you do, we are adding something new to the channel, which is that once a month we're going to be doing subscriber-only games. So if you are a recurring subscriber, you can choose that you're not automatically put in it, but if you wish to be, just say so. You'll be put in a drawing to play in a game that will be streamed here on this channel once a month. The game we play will be of the choosing by vote of the subscribers. It could be basically anything I've ever run on One Shot Sunday is up for grabs, and that includes Estate if you really want to play it. If you like what you see, why not come be part of it? Or anything else. We've now had 12 different episodes of One Shot Sunday, which is our weekly show here. Every Sunday at 7, we run a different game, different cast, whole different system, and make it work. And we've just had our 12th episode last night. That was Aegon, so that is now officially in the pot. If you want to get in on that, you are welcome to. And I can also, even if it wasn't something we done on One Shot Sunday, I'm open to suggestion as long as it's something I can get a hold of, because I can't run games I don't know and don't own. But I can, if I can get a hold of it and learn it, if it's like a one-pager or something, I'll do that shit. No, you want to run Honey Heist? I'll get you some Honey Heist, baby. Don't you worry. I got you. If it's by Grant Howard, I probably will run it for you. No doubt about it. So please, by all means, get in on that. I would love to have you come join us, and you get to be part of this silliness right here on the channel. I'm so glad there's been so much mention of Monster of the Week, because the other thing we do on this channel, other than One Shot Sunday and now the Estate series, is on Friday nights we have the GM Postmortem, which is our chat show, where myself and Lydia, Half Hours Tournament, my co-host, we sit down and talk with GMs and game developers about how to run a better game. And just so happens this Friday, we have a game developer coming up. And that game developer's name is Michael Sands, the creator of Monster of the Week. I geeked out because it's my favorite RPG in the world. And he is going to be here to talk with us on Friday about Monster of the Week. So do please stop by. That is Fridays, every other Friday at 8 p.m. Savvy, I would love it if you came by, but I'm sure you're probably streaming something at that time. But yeah, no, it's okay. I understand. You're busy. So that's this Friday. Pay attention. We don't have our next guest lined up yet. We'll announce it as soon as we do. And as far as One Shot Sunday goes, yesterday was Aegon, and this coming weekend is Sunday the 7th is Masks. Doing some superhero bullshittery. I love that game. Another good Powered by the Apocalypse game. The week after that, Valentine's Day special. Our friend Draco is going to be running a Pokemon one-shot. I have no idea how it works. I don't get it. But I'm here for it. I also stopped paying attention to Pokemon after the 3rd generation, so there's a lot of Pokemon I don't know. So, Savvy, you're looking at me like I've just broken your heart. But I got it to like 350 and then I'm lost. So
I mean, I'm secretly judging you for it.
It's okay, I know. The last game I played was Emerald. But, yeah. But I enjoyed the whole... I mean, it was all great. I haven't kept up. So I've already picked my starting Pokemon, but I only drew them from the Pokemon that I actually know. So I have a Larvitar, which I thought was actually kind of generous of her to give me that, because it's...
I mean, yeah, Larvitar is kind of like...
It's pretty rare.
Not legendary, but it is... grows up until like a legendary levels. Pokemon.
Yeah, if I remember right, in the original games, you can only catch them right around where you go to fight the Elite Four.
Yeah, that's the only place you can catch it.
Yeah. And Tyranitar is so boss.
I love Tyranitar.
You know what? Good for you.
I'm living my truth over here, all right? A week after that, the 21st, One Shot Sunday is going to be earlier in the day. Instead of being at 7, it's going to be at 2 p.m. for 2 reasons. Number 1, at the normal time slot, 7 p.m., I'm going to be over on Matt Evans' channel, Killer DM, with Wally, playing Masks, where I'm going to be playing Major Tom, my astronaut David Bowie superhero. Really doesn't have anything in common with David Bowie other than that I named him Major Tom. He's actually a astronaut with a tentacle face. So, David Bowie played a lot of characters, but that wasn't one of them. But One Shot Sunday will still be going forward. It'll be at 2 o'clock instead, and this time we're going to be playing Quietus, which was the first game we ever played on this channel on One Shot Sunday. Quietus is it's only at most a 3-player game, inspired by like slasher movies and whatnot. But what's super cool about this one is that instead of when we ran Quietus, Anna ran it for the first episode of One Shot Sunday, but this time Quietus is going to be run by Ollie Jeffrey, the creator of Quietus, who has agreed to come on and run his game for us. So I am so stoked about that. And of course, Estate is going to be here every Monday night for the next while, until mid-March. We started a week late, so there's a lot more coming up. So please like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff. If you want to get in on the action, shoot me a message. I will get you into my Discord, and you can join the fun there and sign up for One Shot Sunday games. All kinds of good shit. I'm sure I'm forgetting something, but I got nothing at this point. So, what do you think tonight? Do stick around. That's right. I was going to raid somebody. That's what I was going to do. Who's on? Oh, Kate's on. Okay, so stick around. If you've stayed this long, stick around. We'll go help out a friend. We're going to go raid into my friend Kate Madison, who's streaming right now. She's doing a little bit of rootin' tootin' cowboy stuff. There is one other thing I have to announce. God damn, I forgot. I'm going to be GMing a game on Weave the Tale, starting February 17th, and 2 people at this table are in it. So I feel like I should have mentioned that. I'm going to be running a game of Black Void, and Anna and Wally are both in that game. So check that shit out. It's going
That was
to
the
be
thing I
awesome.
couldn't talk about because I wasn't sure if you were going to talk about it
That
yet.
was mine too. I was like, and I'll be doing some things. So I guess cat's out of the bag now.
Yeah, no.
Oh.
2 of these beautiful people are in it, and then also Stella, who was on last night, and Aegon is going to be in it as well. And then Liv, who hasn't been on the channel yet, but hopefully we'll get her in here soon. So that's going to be a ridiculously good show. I'm so looking forward to it. Please come see it. That is all for me. And I was going to ask what the send-off should be tonight. It didn't seem like a crying night. Well, there was a bit of crying after the vignettes, I suppose.
A little bit, yeah.
Well, I don't know. Maybe inspired by the beans. Poverty's a free action? No, too sad.
Oh, that's really sad.
Beans are a delicious action.
Beans
Yep.
are a delicious action.
Like, seriously, we're sharing bean recipes in the Zoom chat.
We are. I'm definitely going upstairs to make them for dinner now.
All right. On that very odd note, we love you all. Thank you for watching. We're going to raid into Kate now. We'll see you next time for another episode of Estate next Monday. Night, everybody.